This is Trey Mac with Aladino Cigars, and you're listening to the Final Third Podcast.
Coming to you from Final Third Cigar and Whiskey Lounge in Ingalls, Indiana, Indiana's exclusive Aladino Cigar Lounge. It's the Final Third Podcast.
Welcome back to the Final Third Podcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Darren.
I'm Will.
I'm Mike, and we are here with the Aladino and Barrell event today.
Yeah.
Yahoo.
Yeah, so we thought we'd get started with a little drinking because, you know, it's 11 in the morning and it's time to start drinking. So we've got Darren here from Barrell, and we're going to actually try the Foundation, which I believe is the newest product out right now. Yeah. And we've got it here at the bar, so we're going to taste that, talk about Barrell a little bit, and then shortly after that, we'll get Trey Mac on the show. And we'll be smoking some Fuma Noches and talk about aliens. So
Aliens. Moons and stuff.
Moons and stuff, or
Yeah.
the lack of moons and stuff.
The lack of moons. So there's a lot going on with Barrell recently. Whole bunch of stuff. Moving, selling, buying. We'll get into a little bit with Darren on that.
It has
I'm sure
been
Will
the
knows too.
talk of the bourbon community.
It's a hot topic.
Yeah, it really is.
So, Darren, introduce yourself.
My name is Darren Kohlenberger, and recently Barrell Craft Spirits partnered with my company, 2020 Beverages, to represent them across the country. So it's only been 60 or 90 days with us, but things are going well so far, and the Barrell brand is fantastic, and I am very proud to represent it.
Awesome. Yeah.
So tell me about 2020 Beverages. Tell me about what that actually is.
2020 Beverages is more or less a broker, where we partner with various suppliers to represent their brands in lieu of them having their own sales force across the country.
So you're basically their ambassador, their sales team.
Yep. Sales and marketing team across the country.
Heck yeah. It's awesome.
Wow,
So
awesome.
external brand reps,
Yes.
pretty much.
Yeah, it's feet on the street. It's us going into accounts,
Interesting.
working with the distributors, making sure that the plans are being executed.
Sure. How many accounts do you guys hold?
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
So a lot then.
Yes.
Okay. So not just, two.
No.
What's
So that's cool.
What's your staffing look like across? I mean, you're across the country or here
We're-
in Indiana? Or?
We're based in California,
Okay.
and then we have regional directors around the country. So I'm the one here who lives in Indiana. I have the Great Lakes Division, which is like 11 states. And we have a couple of 3 or 4 others across the country. And in certain markets, we have area managers or sales managers
Okay.
run those markets also.
Heck
Nice.
yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the Foundation real quick before we get diving into that.
Foundation is awesome. It is the first non-cast strength release from Barrell Craft Spirits. Up until now, their philosophy has always been cast strength that they released, but they wanted to find a way to bring their wonderful bourbon to other consumers that might not be able to drop down, $80 for a bottle of bourbon.
Sure.
So they lowered the proof to 100 proof, and it's fantastic. Its price point is like $55 a bottle. Sometimes you can
Wow.
find it on sale for less than 50.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's great.
It's fantastic whiskey. It's approachable for a wider variety of consumers now.
Awesome.
And I think it's a combined age of 5?
There are 4 different sources. There's Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Maryland,
Okay.
and the whiskey ranges from 5 to 9 years.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
Yeah, heck yeah.
That's one of there's 3 pillars that Barrell Craft Spirits is based on. There's premiumization, which this is obviously a premium product. There's innovation, which, the blending that they do is just, really has never been done before. So it's innovative. The cask finishes that they do are very unique, and transparency. So you'll see where they source from on the back of the label, and you'll also see the ages, and they're trying to find out, they're working now to get the derived mash bill, because when you combine all those different products, it's
Yeah.
not that easy. So there's a mathematician now involved who figures out that this is 73% bourbon.
It's a crazy
Yeah.
Yeah.
math
Yeah,
equation.
exactly.
Yeah, and that's one thing I do like about Barrell. Though. It always talks about the blend, because obviously we talk about Barrell being one of the best blenders in the game right now. And, this one shows Kentucky's got an 8-year-old whiskey in here. Indiana's 5, 6, and 9. Tennessee is 8. And Maryland has a 5 and 6-year-old in here, all
Yeah.
blended together. And Yeah, the derived mash bill says the corn 73%, rye 23, malted barley 4.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's really
Yeah,
cool.
it's a crazy mashup. It makes me think of the OKI Reserve. Remember when we looked at the mash on that? Or all the source on there is like 9 different things.
Yeah.
On it. So it's pretty cool. Like what Barrell's doing and blending all their stuff is amazing.
Yeah, Barrell has over 75 different supplier partners, distillery partners across the world that they can source from.
That's great.
So
yeah, that's awesome.
It gives them a lot of options.
Yeah. What are you getting from it, Rob? Give me a nose.
The nose has got that kind of a not sweet corn, but sweetness of a corn, but it's also got that kind of dusty hay thing underneath it too, which I like. Not Jeff the Creed dusty hay. Thanks,
I just
Jim.
saw Jim in the flesh.
Literally.
Thanks, Jim.
No, I like that.
I get a little
it's
bit
sweet.
of like vanilla on the nose.
Yeah,
Maybe
vanilla.
that's the sweetness.
It's definitely confectionery on the nose.
Every time you go back
Sweet.
to it, it changes a little bit on the nose. But I like it. It's and we drank a little bit of this yesterday, and I really like the way it pairs with cigars. We had a couple different cigars with it, and it really blended nicely. That's why today we're doing this as our pairing for the next month. It's gonna be the foundation with the Fuma Noche from Aladino. That's their newest release. So
That's fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, it's going to be a good pairing. What are you getting, Will? What do you think?
I mean, I'm getting, obviously, on our nose, I'm getting a little citrus too on it. Getting a little citrus on the palate. It's blended very well. I mean, for 100 proof, I'm getting a lot of flavor packed in here. A nice long finish. Where I'm detecting some rye spice kind of coming in on the back end. But
and it's very viscous too. It just hangs on the
it's
tongue.
got a very good mouthfeel. That's
Yeah,
good.
mouthfeel.
I love the mouthfeel.
Shout
on
out
this one.
Scott DeShong.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's genius move on the part of Barrell to come out with a lower proof kind of standard skew bourbon
Yeah.
that could kind of reach the masses more. Not that I mean, when you think about blending and NDPs, I mean, Barrell's the king in my book of, they're the best to do it. Like, tell me who is better.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot of research that says that 99% of the people that try a Barrell brand will stay in the family and keep going.
Oh, I agree.
And, there's a lot of options to try different things and experiment.
Oh, I know.
Every year there's new things. There's
and I feel like
more
Barrell
releases coming out.
Yeah, and I feel like Barrell was the one that changed people's mind on blending. For the longest time, people kind of crapped on blending because it was somebody that was trying to make something that wasn't good. And then Barrell comes out and everyone's like, oh, damn, this is good stuff. And they realized that blending is actually an art.
Yeah, and Starlight did a lot early on. I think they were kind of trying to change the game a little bit with some of the blends that they were doing, and then they kind of saturated the market a little bit with the things that they were putting out before allowing it to, age. So it was just a different game. But
and I think, to consistently blend seagrass and dovetail, I mean, you're always going to have a little bit of variation. It's challenging, but they do a really good job, I feel like, of carrying that consistency on those flagship blends that everybody kind of knows.
Yeah.
Obviously, seagrass, was
delicious.
Nuts, and it still
that's
is.
one of my favorites. Jen hates it. I love it. It's my favorite.
It won the cocktail of the year here last year.
Oh, really?
Right?
Yeah, seagrass Sazerac.
Yeah, that's your special.
That's the
cocktail
special. I love
I'll have to make
Sazeracs.
one of those later. That's good. I might have one of those today.
Yeah, I think the idea is to start with really good whiskey and then just make it better.
Right. Yeah.
And they've been very successful at doing that.
Yeah. We say the same thing all the time. You can't fix a bad whiskey in a barrel. You can't fix a bad mash.
Yeah.
But if you don't have to, then
right.
Yeah, it's only going to get better.
Right.
So I like that. Tell us about what's going on with Barrell. I know there's got a lot of moving parts in the last couple months with moving around and purchasing new properties and.
Yeah, it's from what I understand, it's really just moving back to what their old facility was.
Sure.
They just had more space than they needed currently, and so little cost savings.
So new rick house.
Yep. They built a new rick house in Shively.
They purchased that from Angel's Envy, right? Wasn't that their property?
I think so. I'm not really well educated on the details of Barrell itself.
Sure.
Just operationally, right? Operationally, that's not really my area of expertise.
No, that's fair. So that property in Shively in Louisville, I believe it was Angel's Envy that owned it.
I think it was.
And they had a rick house there for the last 10 years or something. And then they bought it, I guess, in 2023 from Angel's Envy. Yeah, because, need more space.
It's very difficult to build a new rick house because of all the regulations and parameters that the cities and
just ask MGP and all their lawsuits right now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
with Bardstown and Boone County and all the other places.
Nelson County,
baby. Yeah. So I forgot to update that one. I haven't looked at that story in a while, but the latest, have you heard about that? The MGP had struck up deals with all these cities, Nelson County, about wanting to build rick houses, and they had agreed to it. And now the councilmen are blocking them from building these warehouses.
Yep,
so,
I am familiar.
Yeah. So, I'm sure MGP is going to win that lawsuit.
Good chance of it.
They got a lot of money.
I think it's very likely. So yeah. But So I mean, I really like this one.
I do too.
I tried it a couple times this week. Right now the nose, like I said, I think it's like vanilla to me. Maybe I get a little bit of the rye spice on the palate. Really clean, really smooth. 100 proof is it's accessible to people right now, which is great. I talk about Bardstown bourbon all the time because they kind of went backwards with this stuff too. When they first came out with their first line, I think the cheapest bottle was like $125 or something. So that just wasn't my price point at the time.
Right.
So when they came out with the Discovery series, that was like 45 to 80. I think they kind of leaned into that market too. So it's cool to see Barrell doing that as well, because it's hard to justify going out spending $90 on a bottle that you've just never tried before.
Absolutely.
So we were passing through, I guess it was the tip of Illinois, and we stopped at some liquor store that Will told us to stop at, and I got a bottle of Seagrass for like $62.99.
Oh wow!
I bought like 3 of them.
That's a great deal.
Well, and that's a good thing to talk about too, because when I talked to Ned last, he was telling me that that Barrell was bringing their pricing down on across the board on a lot of their other products they've already released. Where that $4.99 bottle was going to be like $2.99.
Yeah, sure.
And all the way down the line. Has that already taken place yet?
Yes.
Okay.
It hasn't actually hit the streets in every single market, but
right.
There's action plans in place to get it done. So yeah, the gold label series went from $4.99 to $2.99, and the gray label series went to $160.
So
okay,
is that for new production, or is that all production, like existing stock too? That's what we were curious about.
It's difficult to affect. If it's on the shelf in a store,
so they've already bought it.
It's already hard.
Okay,
but we are working with the distributors to try and get any inventory that they have on hand reduced so that it goes out at the correct new pricing.
Yeah, because I know we talked about that a couple weeks ago, and that we were real curious about what was going to happen with the stuff that's already in stores. So yeah, I mean, I think that's cool. I like it.
It depends on the market. There are ways that you can work with the retailer depending on who it is.
Yeah,
where it's legal, and it's not always legal in some states once they bought it.
Yeah, because once it's out of your all's hands, it's paid for. So it is what it is. But yeah.
So I had a question, like with regards to the overseas market. Like, does Barrell have any presence overseas at all? I'm just curious, and what does that look like?
Yeah, I'm not up on all of it, but I do know that they've gone into Europe now.
Okay.
I don't know exactly which countries, but I did see that they are international now.
Nice. Yeah.
And then,
I haven't looked a whole lot into their international.
Another question I have: will we ever see an RTD from Barrell?
I highly doubt it.
I thought that'd be your answer.
Yeah, I don't see that in the plans anywhere.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to share about Barrell or what you're doing right now?
I don't think so, but I really appreciate you guys having me on.
Thanks for joining
Foundation.
Us.
Yeah.
Well, and today the reason why he is here is because you're going to be sampling out your products to our customers. So sorry if you missed it. It was a great time.
Yeah.
By
the time this airs, it's already over. So
yes.
We had a great time.
We had a great time today. So, well, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate you coming on. And
thanks so much.
We'll talk to you here in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Final Third Cigar is Indiana's exclusive Aladino Cigar Lounge. Come to Final Third for a selection of over 20 different Aladino cigars, including the Cameroon, a wonderful cigar with nice light flavors. Make sure and visit Final Third, the Aladino exclusive cigar lounge for Indiana.
All right, welcome back. As you see here, now we have Trey Mac with us.
What's up, y'all?
We're doing our Aladino event today. So, and we swapping out reps, and Trey Mac's here. He's our bud.
Yeah,
Bud, you guys are nice.
we kind of like Trey Mac.
We kind of like Trey Mac
Yes.
just a little bit.
Thanks for coming on with us,
Yeah,
bud.
man.
Dude, this is one of my favorite places on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Not saying I haven't been to other planets, but this one.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Oh, it took 45 seconds.
That was perfect.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
You look like you've recovered quite nicely from PCA.
No, I have not. I haven't even slept in my bed yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I'm guessing tomorrow.
overrated.
Tomorrow will be crash and burn day.
Yeah.
Because everybody else has got to crash and burn. I have not.
You're still burning.
Yeah, I'm definitely burning.
Yeah.
I
No crash.
20-hour drive the day I got back from PCA, and then drive back another 20 hours, and then had an event in Ohio last night, and here we are.
Where are you at in Ohio?
Columbus at
okay.
Culebra Cigars.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Okay, cool.
We'll be going
Cool.
to Columbus in June this year.
Oh, very nice.
You cutter?
Camping.
Yeah. Cut
So
it.
we're doing the Fuma Noche. So we mentioned it a little earlier that the pairing of the month for April is going to be the Fuma Noche from Aladino and the Barrell Foundation.
Yes.
So check out the board for that. 10% off pairing if you get that here.
Yeah.
Trey Mac, what can you tell us about the Fuma Noche?
Nothing.
Okay, there you
Nothing.
go.
Nothing.
Let's light it.
Undisclosed.
Undisclosed.
Here's what I'll tell you about the Fuma Noche, though. It's freaking delicious, and it's different than anything we've ever done.
That is
Yeah.
not a lie.
So it is, it's filling an important role in our growth and maturity as a company, and as a farm. And I'm just like stupid excited about this cigar. Since its release, I've already had so many customers call me and tell me we're sold out. We're sold out already. We need more. And I'm like, well, we sold out at the trade show, so we're gonna have to give us a minute. We'll get them back in.
Yeah, it's a good problem.
It's a very good problem. Very good problem.
I know Rob's enjoyed this one.
Oh, I have.
Last couple of days too.
Oh yeah, I have. We've already. I mean,
Almost
I sold a box. So
Yeah.
I pulled them out of the box yesterday, put them on the shelf, sold a box in like a half
Yeah.
an hour.
Gasco
Sold
bought one
another half
yesterday,
a box. Yeah, Gasco
Yeah,
bought a
Gasco
box.
bought a box yesterday. So
So I'm agree with you, man. I think the like on the cold draw, this when you get that kind of cocoa hay going there, like a light cocoa puff kind of
Cocoa
thing
Puff.
going.
Yeah, there
But
you go.
the thing that's kind of cool about this one is even on the cold draw, you get that pepper on the tongue.
I get pepper on the tongue.
Yeah.
I get a little raisin bread too. Like
Okay,
Definitely.
that makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
That's the one thing I found about this one is, most cigars that are spicy, when you breathe the smoke in your mouth, it's not the spiciness in your mouth. It's usually the retrohale that kicks you the spice. This one kicks your tongue.
Yeah.
I mean, immediately.
I feel
And I'm
it,
like,
yeah.
I love it. I love it.
So what sticks out to you the most on this, Trey Mac?
The viscosity.
Okay.
Like it's a thicker smoke. It's dense. I really tend to hate the word strength because it
Yeah.
means different things to different
Sure.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
And a lot of people are like, oh, it's got to be a spice bomb to be. I'm like, no, that doesn't mean strength, but some people it does, and then other people, young tobacco means strength.
Right.
Europeans seem to be a little bit better at describing strength than us Americans, but so I avoid it. Here in America, I don't say strong. I say it's dense, it's viscous, it's a heavier smoke, and
I like that.
the nicotine will catch up to
Yeah.
you.
I like that. That's
Well,
a strong cigar.
I
Wow,
always
it's very
like-
long.
I always like referring to it as strength and body
Yeah,
because they're two different things. And most people, when they talk about strength, they're really talking about the body or vice versa.
Right.
And it's like body is more your flavor, your viscosity on the smoke, all those things. Strength is just nicotine. And, people can't really break that down. Sometimes you get a cigar that's got a ton of flavor, but has zero strength. I mean, the regular Cameroon from you guys has a ton of flavor, which I would say is a
Yeah.
medium plus body, but it's a 1 or 2 on the strength scale.
Yep.
I think
So-
I've caught myself recently getting more into that vernacular, I guess, saying medium bodied or full bodied rather than lower strength or stronger strength. Like I try to say medium or full bodied.
Which works, but
Yeah.
then people still get them backwards. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I love the Epsinosa cigars. Some drunk dude.
I need it. That's awesome.
It
I
was
might
just some
steal that.
street rat that came in here and was like, "Oh, I smoke cigars all the time." Blah, blah. And you're like, "Okay, we'll go pick out a cigar and hang out with us." He was like, "Yeah, I smoke the Epsinosas all the time. I love the Aladinos."
Oh, I love it.
Great, cool, man. Like,
That one, like
Get
I try to keep like a tally of like funny names that people call cigars, but that one's not on the
Epsinosa.
list. That's a
Yeah.
new one.
yeah,
Oh
that's
my
when I accidentally type Epsinosa now because of that's like stuck in my mind. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But the funny thing is this guy. We're not calling him out. Don't worry by name or anything. But this guy did not pronounce one single brand right.
Yeah.
I'm serious. He
No.
went through all of them and said the names. Everyone was wrong.
Yeah.
Patron.
Patron.
Oh my god.
I mean, come on, guys.
Foundation.
Yeah.
Almec.
Sometimes
Almec.
you like wonder like, is this guy just trolling me on purpose?
I want to know how he said
Like,
McAuliffe.
Micallef.
That's
It
what I
was.
hear,
It
I
was
hear that
Micallef.
all the time.
Yeah, Micallef.
All
Yeah.
the time.
All right.
Macalef.
So what's new in Trey Mac world
Mm.
other than the show and all the fun stuff there?
Yeah, just haven't stopped.
Yeah.
And that's with the trade show moving up this year. I mean, it's just going to be constant travel from here to the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So it's totally different, not what we're used to. It's going to be hustle, 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 go, 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 and no rest for the weary.
Well, what was your thoughts, first of all, on the show,
Yeah.
but also on the show being moved up? What are your thoughts on those?
For PCA.
Yeah.
So it's an adjustment. No matter how you look at it, it's an adjustment. I do think in the long haul, it'll end up being a good thing, but this adjustment period is very difficult for folks. March is super early. Cash flow is not exactly flush in most of the country right now. So people were a little more hesitant to spend as much as they usually do at PCA. However, attendance was way up. There were lots of people I've never seen at PCA that came for the first time because the date worked out for them.
Yeah.
And, so there are a bunch of people that were kind of newbies to the whole thing, and they'll get better each time that they come to be like, oh, this is the time of year. I need to plan for this a year ahead of time to load up and like increase my margin.
Yeah.
But this year it was more like a bunch of new people that didn't quite, understand how to budget for the cash flow issues. But they wanted to get new product.
Yeah.
And so we were more slammed than we've ever been. We took more orders than we've ever taken. The Fuma Noche went absolutely crazy. First time ever we oversold something at the show, and we didn't even realize it till we got back, and we were like, oh, we sold more than we brought in. Like, we've never had this problem. This is new. This is new in our growth. So that was super fun. And at the same time, like, it was an odd blend of energies at PCA because there was all the new people were excited, and all the people that had always gone to PCA were grumbling because the date changed. And so it was this like super weird mixture. It'll work itself out when people finally adjust to all this. And April next year will be a tad bit easier for people to plan for.
Getting closer to the season starting.
Getting closer.
Yeah. Well, and that's one thing I was wondering because I didn't hear a lot of people grumbling. My thought is, why the hell are you grumbling about not being in Vegas in freaking July?
Seriously, it was a way better
Gosh.
time
New
to be in
Orleans.
Vegas.
Yeah. New Orleans next year, right?
New Orleans next year, but it'll be 1st of April or middle of April, whatever
That'd
it
be
is.
beautiful
Yeah.
weather.
It'll be great there. Yeah.
It's a perfect time.
And I love me some Cajun food, baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
dude, I
crawfish.
can't wait.
Hopefully crawfish season will be full effect.
Yeah,
It should be.
it should be.
Yeah.
I think we're all gonna go.
Yeah.
We're
We're
all
gonna
gonna
bring our marketing team
Yeah.
with us a little bit too.
Love it.
Do some
Yes.
podcast stuff for
We'll
us
have
too.
the podcast
so-
set
Not
up
so
down there,
bad.
so we
Yeah,
can,
That'd be awesome.
Media team.
Yeah, I travel to New Orleans at least twice a year for the
Yeah,
last
love
20 years. So like I know that place up and down,
We'll
love
be
it.
our tour
upside
guide.
down.
Yeah.
You know which canal to throw somebody in and which canal not
yeah.
to.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
So we got to do that on the show.
I was running in my running days. I was down on the Riverwalk running one morning. I saw a 6'3" guy just showering naked with a garden hose by the river.
What happens in
you
New
will
Orleans?
see
He wasn't even
anything. There's nothing I haven't seen in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I
Love
do
it.
too. So, okay, you did mention that the Fuma Noches have sold out.
Yeah.
What's your time frame on restock?
2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
That's the beautiful
not
thing
bad.
about being
Yeah.
like, vertically integrated.
Right.
All it was for us was honestly poor planning. We just weren't planning on selling that many in 3 days. We did. And so it's like, okay, now we got to make a call down to Honduras and be like, hey, we need twice as many boxes because, everybody's going to reorder again
Right.
soon.
Sure.
And everybody that missed out is going to be ordering.
yeah.
So,
that it was just honestly, we weren't planning on it being that big. I mean, we planned for it to be our biggest release yet, and we still didn't.
Exceeded that a little bit.
Yeah, we
but
did.
as a manufacturer, that's always your goal. You want to sell out. I mean, that's a great thing. Then you create a little bit of scarcity, and then people want it, and then everyone gets a chance to try it because of that.
Yeah.
And then they fall in love with it. So I think that's a great thing. And you guys have, I'm sure you've got all the cigars. They've been resting anyway. They just need to be boxed up and packaged.
There's plenty of them ready to go. We just need to get them to Miami. But the coolest part about PCA, now the Fuma Noche was cool. A lot of people come. Yeah, this is the best new release that we've had out here, blah, 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 blah. Heard that over and over again. And Will Coop wrote about it being one of the top 3 new cigars debuting out there. That was cool. But the best news, final third, Cigar Bar of the Year, shout out.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, cheers to that.
We won that one.
Yeah.
Everybody
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, bang, bang.
Well, thank you.
I mean, that's the coolest thing ever.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That was really awesome.
Yeah.
We were so shocked.
Yeah, check out the YouTube page. I made a little recap video for that.
Dig it.
Yeah.
I might have jumped up and said a swear word in happy elation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that happened.
I don't think we've ever done that before.
Never. Never.
No.
I will say, Lisa and I and Trey too, we were all in tears.
Yeah.
I was like, "Holy crap! How'd this happen?"
Yeah.
So
It was
I was
very
crying
cool.
at home.
Very cool moment.
Unrelated.
Unrelated.
But-
it was because Jen was yelling at you, right?
I was cowering in the corner.
Well, I mean, you can't say it enough. I mean, it's a true testament to the culture that you guys have created here. I mean, you have great products, but it's all about the culture, the atmosphere when
it's
you
family.
come in here. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that we really wanted to do when we first started. And I think what's worked is that's the culture we wanted to create, but the people that have come in here have created that culture for us. It's
I'm
the people
proud
that
of you.
come.
You know that. I hope you do.
Had to throw some Mr. Rogers in there.
But yeah, it's really a testament, I think, to the whole place, everyone that comes in here, because I really feel like there's always the one-off people that you're like, oh God, he just came in. But most everybody is like really cool. They come in here maybe by themselves the first time, and then they walk out with a group of 10 friends.
Yeah.
And that was the whole goal, was creating community, and you know what, it's working. So I'm happy about it. So thank you for that.
Like Eric's wedding. So Eric's wedding was a week ago. We went down to North Carolina.
Awesome.
I couldn't bring myself to walk up and steal the mic for a toast. I couldn't do it.
But you
Too
thought about
emotional. I did. I sat in my chair and cried silently.
So I did get a text that night.
Which one?
With Carson. Looked like she was in a wheelchair.
Oh, yeah.
With a big bandage on her knee. So the bride had a spill? What happened? I don't know.
So a long time ago, same issue, dislocated her knee and never like really healed all the way. So she was doing the Cotton Eye Joe and popped her knee out and hit the deck. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So
we're all-
will get you every time.
That's what Lori said. So we're sitting out front, me, DeShong, and our wives. We're sitting out front, and Eric smoking a cigar on the front porch, and then all of a sudden, like the music just goes off, and so like Eric went inside. Like we knew something was wrong at that point because the music shut off. So yeah, it was interesting, but yeah, it was a good night. It was a good night. But yeah, like that's our friend group. Like all the guys we hang out with are people we met here 2 years ago. So like Eric was my first friend that ever talked to like at the lounge. Like I met him in the comfy chair. Yeah. So like this was it's a community
And you've met
thing.
Eric before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was disappointed I couldn't make it.
It was a good time.
Easter
I was too.
weekend, and
Yeah.
we had like 20 people we were feeding for Easter Sunday, so it's kind of a crazy day.
Did you see the brewery we stopped at in Knoxville?
Um,
Pretentious Brewing Co.
no, I didn't. No, I did not see
We had to stop there just to send
Wait,
Rob a picture.
Wait, is that mine?
Yeah, I was like, Rob has to own this place, like on the side. This is the Pretentious Beer Co.
Yeah, I'm pretentious.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Says the drunk
Oh,
guy
I
that
know.
can't
I've known
announce
for
it.
years.
Oh yeah, you know it.
Yeah, it was a good time though. Yeah, friends, family, getting together,
Dig it.
smoking cigars.
That's what this place is about.
Yeah,
Man, you get a ton of smoke off this thing.
You do.
It's like
Viscous.
smokestack.
You do. And coming back to what you said a minute ago, Trey, this is completely off profile for Aladino. Actually, it's completely off profile even from anything that JRE's ever done. I don't think there's any Camachos back in the day or anything that was even like close to this.
No, this is totally different, which is where I wish I could tell you
Damn it!
the blend.
Is it Montefina?
I
Is there
can't
Montefina
tell
in
you
this?
anything about the blend.
That's the note I
It's
think
all
I just got.
undisclosed, and we're going to
Wouldn't
keep
that
it
be
that
wild?
way. Every time I get in trouble on a podcast, it's not for my conspiracy theories. It's for talking about blends.
Well, it's obviously not like the basin because you didn't say you had.
Wait. Okay, I turned your mic
Issues.
off.
Oh,
say it
yeah,
now.
yeah, the mic's off.
Don't worry,
Yeah,
we
no
won't tell
one's
anybody.
listening, no.
We won't tell anybody.
There you go. You can't hear it, right? Yeah, you're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sorry,
you're
I
off.
thought
Go
you
ahead
were
and tell
done. We almost got him.
Almost.
So what we need to do is we just need to get Justo here, and we actually have to get him a few drinks in him, and then he'll probably tell us, right?
He might,
right, Justo?
He might tell you something, but he won't tell you the truth.
No, he won't. He
It's
won't.
made
Oh,
from
let's make something
tobacco
up here.
leaves.
But I will say this, and this is not with this cigar, but things that come along in the future. Wish you guys would have been down in Honduras this year because we got into a couple fields that not experimental fields, full grown out there.
Nice.
And I was like, Justo, I know what this is.
Uh-oh.
And I know what that field over there is too. And it's things we've never done before.
Perfect. Perfect.
And he's like, well, yeah. And I'm like, all right, couple
Nice.
years from now, there might be some even more things. You're like, this.
Speaking of that,
That's awesome.
so what's the other new release that's coming out that's on the way here? Go ahead and talk about that.
Yeah.
So that now we can. Now we can talk
Now we
about
can
that
talk
one.
about
Cameroon Reserva will be out. You guys will have it a month before everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So mid-May, it'll be here.
Love it.
World's first Cameroon Puro. So
Yes.
again, will be a flavor profile that no one's accustomed to.
Yeah.
It's Cameroon. If you like Cameroon, this is Cameroon to its fullest effect.
And it's
And
delicious.
it's so fun.
It is good.
It's and cigars, it's bourbon same way. There's only so many innovations you can do, and sometimes this is a true innovation.
Yeah.
This is something that's like no, like this has never been to market before.
I'm assuming the reason of that is because, Cameroon always was from Cameroon, Africa, and they didn't get a lot of plants out of there. It was a harsh environment to grow, so they probably tried to save everything they could for wrappers, even though it was super thin.
Yeah.
And honestly, being a thinner wrapper doesn't make good binder and filler either. So you guys are growing it in Honduras, and you got the perfect climate to grow tobacco, so you're able to grow those to be hardier plants. Is that correct?
Yeah, and I think too, the biggest hurdle, honestly, and now here we are. The cigars that you'll receive, those were in Pilones back in 2017.
Okay.
So, I mean, they've been working on this quietly before, like, Aladino was even launched. We were growing some
So,
stuff.
we're walking through that when we're down there, we're walking through, and I said, is that my cigar, Justo? Was that my cigar?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because I saw the Cameroon. I saw the Cameroon on. I was asking him. He's like, no, that's just a regular one. I'm like, okay.
No. Don't worry about that. No.
You saw nothing.
I saw nothing.
I made a terrible mistake, and Justo's made fun of me for it several times. Because nobody's supposed to know anything about this Reserva before PCA. And I had seen the designs. The girls actually designed the boxes and the bands, and they did a phenomenal job. But I hadn't seen the finished product. I'd smoked it, but I hadn't seen, like, the box and the bands and everything.
Yeah.
And we're with this tour, and we're walking through the rolling stations and then the final product placement area of the farm, and no one. I'm an idiot. I mean, no one had said anything, but we were walking by, and I was like, "What?" I caught my eye, and I look over, and they were boxing up the Cameroon Reservas with the bands and everything, and I just like looked, and I said out loud, "I'm like, nobody saw anything." And then everybody like turns around like, what's he talking about?
Because nobody
like,
did.
Where?
till
And I'm
you
like,
said
oh
something.
no! And then Justo runs over. He's like, oh, thanks, Trey. You just and we had to like make a line like around him so that people couldn't see it.
Oh wow.
Justo's like, great going, Trey. And I'm like, yeah, I should not have blurted that out. But
Called attention to it.
in the moment, I was like, oh no! Like nobody saw this.
That's funny.
So I will say the Fuma Noche, the packaging on that,
Beautiful.
Absolutely
Monochrome.
beautiful, man.
Yeah. Love it.
I love where things go, and that's the cool thing is, you have a lot of these brands that go out there and they get their boxes and they order this cool box, and it's going to take them forever to get it. You guys make your own boxes,
Yeah.
so you can do everything right there. So you don't have the layover of waiting for boxes to get your cigars out.
No, it helps out
Ceramic
tremendously.
jar.
Yeah. I feel like the bands just stand out. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's shiny.
Yeah.
I do
like
like
shiny
this new.
shit.
I like this band. You're keeping to the tradition, but it's a little update. I like that.
It's even, I haven't said this, and I don't know if anyone's caught it yet, but me and the girls wanted to add a third color, and we wanted like a neon color, something that would really pop to go against the monochrome. And it was actually Justo that was like, no. Guess what I have? And like he like runs to the back and he brings back a band from the old Camacho Triple Maduro.
Oh wow!
And it was the same colors with the touch of red.
Very cool.
And I was like, that's it.
Nice little
like
nod.
do it. Like let's do it. Just the touch of. So it's a little bit of an homage back to that.
Well, I had a customer yesterday come in, and he said he went and got a Triple Maduro from another store around here, and he's like, man, I remember smoking this, a few like 10 years ago. He said, so good. He's like, I smoked this time. He's like, it wasn't good. I'm like, different factory, different farm.
Yeah, it changes, same name, but
it would be nice to have the old Triple Maduro come back.
Oh, that was a delicious cigar.
It'd be nice.
That might be what's next. Huh?
I don't know. I don't know.
You heard it here.
No. You did not hear that here.
Nobody heard nothing.
We're not calling it Triple Maduro. We're calling it Maduro Puro.
Maduro. The name's so nice.
Maduro.
Oh my God. I would get
real quick before we kill our barrel, what are you pairing with this?
Dude,
what do you think?
This is a great pairing.
It is a great compliment.
I feel like what it does is
it
makes this the bourbon sweeter.
It does.
But the spice still stays here, which I like.
I still think it's confectionery, like Will said.
It's even more so now.
I think on the back end I get like Cool Whip almost.
Yeah.
Not like whipped cream, but like frozen Cool Whip. With the Fuma Noche, that gives me that like confectionery kind of flavors, which is great.
This pairing would work perfectly if I had a nice steak dinner or a nice Italian dinner, and it came over here, grabbed a pour, grabbed one of Fuma Noches.
Yeah.
Perfect into the night, right?
The other thing I think I would like this is you could come in and start off with a pour and a regular Cameroon,
and then
and
work
you
your
kick
way
into this, and this is just a nice nightcap with that finish.
So that's what we were
that.
talking about that yesterday. If somebody didn't know what Aladino was, even if they like the most full-bodied cigars, I still would not recommend this one to them just because of everything else that Aladino has. Like, this is one to work up to.
Yep.
And now that I know what the rest of the Aladino brand has, this is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So, but I wouldn't go backwards like with this to
no,
others.
I totally get that.
Even with some, like, the Classic's probably one of my favorites.
You can smoke the Classic all day long.
Yeah, all day with everything. And it goes with everything.
And every time I smoke it, it reminds me of Dirty Grandpa, the movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I love that movie. I love this cigar. Classic, man. I love this. Aubrey Plaza, shout out. What you doing?
Yeah, you want to come on the podcast and talk with Trey Mac?
Yeah.
That won't be weird at all.
Sorry, I lost
No. Oh my God, that'd be the most fun weird moment.
Have you seen her interviews?
Oh, I love it. I watch them all the time. I can't help
hilarious.
it. Yeah, I would totally get weird.
She did SNL with who's the girl that did Wednesday? What's her name?
Oh,
I don't know.
What the hell is her name?
I can't remember.
It was I can't remember. But she's weird too. She's awkward.
Yeah, they did an SNL
and,
skit.
Yeah.
We did an SNL skit, or they did an SNL skit. Jenna Ortega, that's who it is. And the two of them just like dead face look at each other and like, I don't know why they put us together.
Awesome.
And then she like repeated it, and she's like, oh, I see it.
I love it.
I got it. It was like looking in a mirror. It's hilarious. So yeah, final notes on this before we move to the next bottle, because we got other pours.
Yeah, we got other pours we gotta get through. Yeah, same. I think like you said, I think it's the sweeter. I think the vanilla's popping more. That citrus is still kind of hanging a little bit. But but it's funny because the citrus comes through to some people as pepper on different ways, and this one, all it does is it kind of makes the pepper pop on this.
With
I
like white
lot.
pepper, I think.
Yeah.
Like the retro with the Fuma Noche was definitely like white pepper to me.
And the Fuma Noche basically takes the finish of the bourbon and just takes it another length that it wouldn't go on its own. So
and we didn't say this when Darren was on, but this is a 100 proof bottle and bond. Is it bottle
not
and bond?
bottled and bond,
No, not bottle and bond.
just
It's 100 proof.
Yeah.
So 100 proof, but I feel like it plays above its proof. It's got a little bit more spike, a little bit more kick to it, which I like. I appreciate that.
It's more balanced.
Because I've had bottle and bonds that are a little bit washed out.
Yeah.
This is not.
I am shocked at how much the cigar brings out the sweetness, though. Like, that was the first thing I noticed. Is like, I'm not used to this being that sweet.
Yeah.
but it's
very
fun.
good.
It's very fun.
It's very good.
It definitely brings a dessert-like quality to the
After
whiskey.
dinner, after steak.
Yeah.
Oh,
man, 100%.
I'm in.
Yeah, so we did. Will hooked us up with some tickets to a Horse Soldier whiskey and it was like a beefsteak style dinner. So just finger foods and
That sounds all right.
pairings. It was
That
amazing.
sounds all right.
It was at a half-liter barbecue up in where's that 56?
Yeah. Shout out to Eddie Stamm.
Shout out.
He's doing great things there. He's
Yeah.
got a great whiskey
I didn't realize
collection.
Saul owned that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Okay.
Yeah, it's down in Sobro.
Amazing
and,
food.
Beautiful
Great,
place.
great.
I mean,
Great
we had like
outdoor area.
A torta with like crab and shrimp and all this
Yeah.
other stuff, and like shrimp was an appetizer, brisket burn-ins.
Oh,
Made it through like some sticky mac and cheese, like a German style mac and cheese with sausage, which I didn't end up eating. I ate a piece of sausage, so I got to try it. Finished it off with bourbon glazed bread pudding with caramel corn.
oh,
on
this
the
sounds
side.
terrible.
Oh, it was
Terrible.
awful.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so bad.
So good. It's the best thing I ever had.
Hey, me next
So,
bottle.
we
while you're
have-
talking. Oh no, you can finish talking. I was
Yeah,
just going to go ahead.
that's
and crack
why
it for
I
you.
bring up Horse Soldier, because we have a couple bottles to try here. This first one is the small batch. It's 87 proof, and this is coming out of BBC in Kentucky. The other bottle we have is the barrel proof, 122 proof that came out of Columbus, Ohio.
Gotcha.
Where was that? West.
Middle
Middle
West.
Middle West.
Middle
so,
West,
Yeah.
okay.
So that's where that one came from. And then this one is from Kentucky. Part of the presentation was them talking about all this stuff that they're doing now. And actually on July 4th, 2025, their homage to the 4th of July celebration is them opening their distillery in Somerset. So
Yeah.
they're
Okay.
actually opening their own
Fantastic.
distillery in Somerset.
So this bottle
pretty
is
cool.
the 87 proof.
Yes, this is
and-
the lighter one.
But this is out of BBC.
Yeah, so this is a BBC's doing this one for them.
Gotcha. Because I've only had their stuff from Middle West, and I wasn't a huge fan of the 87. It's just too low proof for me. The 95 and the cast strength I thought were actually pretty tasty. So I'm anxious to get into their BBC juice.
Did
to
you
see
ever
how
have
close
their
it was.
Tango stuff?
I never had the Tango.
Have you ever had that? I didn't even know that was a thing. So like they first started out partnering with Hotel Tango here in Indianapolis.
Ooh.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that. And then a couple years go on, and then they moved to BBC.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but the founder of this brand, 12, Horse Soldier, was one of the guys that was
Yeah.
in, based on the
Yeah.
12 Strong.
12 Strong
right,
movie.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
Rob Riggle's in.
And
Guess who
Thor.
played him? Thor. Chris
Thor.
Hemsworth.
Ah,
Yeah, so Mark, I'm going to butcher his last name, Nuts. It might be Nuts. It's Nutsch, but I think he might have said Nuts. Either way.
When they do a movie about this place, I want Burt Kreischer to be me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we'll change the alias to the Cigar instead of the machine.
Machine.
The Machine.
I'm the Cigar. So, yeah, so he was the captain of the Green Beret team that was the first boots on the ground in Afghan after 9/11.
Yeah.
So he led that team by horse through the mountains with adversaries to do military things.
kill the Taliban.
Kill the Taliban. I think some of the things are not declassified other than the things that he told us.
Yeah.
So little details on what was accomplished, but a lot was accomplished. So
Yeah.
and part of their jobs were setting up allies with the Taliban, with the other people over there. So great
Other
story.
sects, yeah.
Great story, great movie. You should check that out.
Okay.
So
Going to this whiskey.
This is a stark contrast.
Oh, yeah.
to Barrell.
This one gives me the that kind of green corn husk thing that I'm not a huge fan of typically.
It's herbaceous,
Very
herbaceous, almost like if you took some Italian herbs and
Oh yeah.
blended them up and
Yeah.
kind of getting a little bit of oregano, a little bit of sage.
So I didn't get any mash out of this. It's not on the bottle, and it wasn't discussed. So I do not know what the mash is, but I do know that this one is the higher rye of the three that they currently have available on the market. The other two are wheaters. So
Yeah,
this one is a high rye.
This is one that I would
low
probably
proof.
put out as a taster to when you're training people's palates to say when you hear someone say, and when I say, because I say it a lot more, I know it, maybe it's just my palate, but when I say green corn husks, this is what I'm talking about. And I know a lot of, like you said, herbaceous in that thing. I think this is a good one to point that note out. I've never had it quite this strong in a whiskey for a long time.
I'm going to venture to say that this is the Green River. This is very similar to Green River.
You're right.
Okay.
You're right. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
To a lower proof Green River, maybe a younger Green River. I'm definitely getting that.
I think he said the first two were between 2 and 4.
Yeah, this tastes.
So it's between 2 and 4 years.
This tastes 2 years to me.
The
Which,
barrel
if
proof
you
is
don't
5
know,
to
Green
6.
River is being made at BBC now.
Which, if you haven't tried their Green River Rye yet, that's a different story. That is phenomenal juice.
Yeah.
But relatively inexpensive. So, what do you think, Trey Mac? Have you tried any of the horse soldier stuff before?
I have.
Yeah.
This one, I don't know about this one. This low, but I don't usually drink lower proof.
Right.
No.
We don't either.
Not usually.
So this is a little bit new to me, but I'm a degenerate. So like,
No.
and maybe it's because I like to sprinkle oregano on my pizza. But like,
I can see that. I like
listen,
that, yeah.
just follow me on this. Some days are different than others.
Yeah.
Some days you need a slice of cold pizza in the morning for breakfast.
My
And
wife
you
did that
also
for 2 days.
Might need a little breakfast bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So breakfast bourbon and breakfast pizza, I'm in. I would
With
do
some
this.
oregano.
I would
with your cold breakfast oregano pizza.
Yes.
this
I
is
would
gonna
totally
hit.
do that.
Actually, yeah, you're not
This is
wrong.
gonna
I would.
hit
I
so
would
good.
1,000% do that.
Yep.
I may have done that on the way to the Final Third podcast.
Did
this
you?
morning.
Nice. Nice.
You just had a jar of oregano.
It wasn't horse soldier, but it was something.
It was something.
Hydrate and calibrate, baby.
That's my motto.
Yeah. So a lot of the stuff, like he had slides of all these things during the event, and I think the biggest note that came out of it for everyone else was the heavy oak and toasted corn.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
All right.
So
Okay.
I didn't get a whole lot of a lot of people were calling out like allspice, but I guess that could.
Does
lean
anyone
in-
really know what allspice just off the top of your head tastes like?
Look, I'm just going to say
Dirt.
there's a grassy note to it. I mean,
Yeah.
there's definitely a
Dirt.
grassy
There's
note to
grassy,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I mean,
It's not bad, no.
But it's there.
I really think it's soil. Like I'm not just being
I know.
facetious. Like it seems like the
Allspice.
allspice flavor is soily dirt.
Okay.
Like it's not like a. I don't use allspice a lot because I think that's what it reminds me
The
of.
name like allspice, shouldn't everyone use it? I mean,
It reminds me of the old Plana commercials.
From concept to creation, Bother Visuals specializes in bringing your ideas to life. They'll turn ordinary moments into extraordinary stories. Bother Visuals is your one-stop shop for all things visual. Be sure to like and follow on all social media at Bother Visuals.
All right, welcome back. So we moved on to the Horse Soldier Barrel Proof or Barrel Strength. This one actually is one that I had at home. I didn't pick this up the other day. So this is a different bottle that came out of Columbus, Ohio from Middle West. So it's a little different. It's a primary wheat, and the wheat they use is the soft red winter. So
It
I think-
smells fantastic.
I think that's why we would like this one more
Yeah.
than some of the other wheats
Yeah.
because a
Yeah.
lot of the wheats that we've liked
have been
have been
soft
that
red.
soft red.
Yeah,
So
Ben Holiday.
Ben
What
Holiday.
do you think
Soft
about
red's
that
good.
nose? I love it.
Oh, it's a great nose.
Yeah.
It's light, but it's
Okay, so I'll have to go get a new bottle then. I should have got a new bottle of the barrel strength because the new one was very different coming out of BBC than this one. And
would
I don't
have
think
to
it was
be.
a bad. I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing that it's different. It's just noticeably different.
yeah.
So kind of going back to like the triple Maduro, like
Yeah.
it's the same product. It is.
But
But how did you get to it? You know, like there's going to be variables on this when you move facilities and years pass and people change and, you know, you're following the same recipe, but something's going to change.
Yeah.
It's just inevitable. It's part of it.
And I feel like, too, like BBC is doing a ton of source contracting.
They
so,
are.
Yeah.
you know, in 2 or 3 years, I think we're going to be sitting around here saying, just kind of like we do with MGP sometimes, oh,
That's BBC.
this is BBC.
Mhm.
And then, you know, I hope we don't take that path that we did with MGP where it's kind of like, oh, it's BBC again. You kind of
Yeah.
like, oh, all right.
I kind of feel like we've gotten past that a little bit. Yeah, I will say one thing. When I'm buying more liquor for the bar, if it's another BB or MGP sourced, I do take pause unless it's really good, only because I've got so many different ones that are sourced from them. Not because the whiskey's bad. I may weed out one of the other ones and bring something else in. But I feel like people now are buying it, and they're okay buying it more than they used to be. It used to be is like, oh, it's just MGP. Nobody wants that.
Right. Yeah.
We proved that going down to Moondrops, and their stuff is actually coming out there pretty good. So.
Exactly. Like if I'm gonna, I feel like with MGP now, if you're sourcing MGP and you're in Wisconsin and or I'm just picking on Wisconsin, but if you're bringing it, trying to bring it into Indiana, I'm like, I'm in the heart of MGP,
right?
Territory here. I'm gonna do a double oak from Moondrops, or I'm going to do something from Drew with Circle City Whiskey.
Right.
That I know they've picked the best of the best and done something special with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're talking about
I trust those guys.
That
I know what to expect from
exactly.
Yeah. That 7-year double oak from Moondrops is pretty good. I should have brought that one for Trey Mac to try. Dude, I'll get you a sample of that one. It's good. It's pretty good. Yeah. It's 7-year MGP with a Moondrops double oak.
That sounds really fun.
It really is
really
good.
good.
Yeah.
The nose on this one, I'm getting fruit.
Oh yeah,
heavy fruit. Maybe like a apple. I don't know.
I'm
maybe
more,
not apple.
More apricot for me.
Yeah, it's some fruit.
Yeah.
Getting
that almost like a dehydrated apricot kind of.
I can see that.
Nose
almost like to me like a stewed apple kind of.
Stewed apple. Okay. Yeah. Well, we're all over the freaking board on this.
With a little spice mixed in.
Yeah. That reminds me, so my memory is that I wanted to make dessert apples for dinner when I was like 7 years old. And I just cut up a bunch of apples and put them in the microwave for 10 minutes.
How'd that work out?
They weren't good because we put caramel sauce on top of it. They were not good. My mom was pissed. But that smell, that's my Jackie Zykan memory is microwaving apples when I was 7 years old. That's the smell that I get.
Okay, so we'll sip on this for a minute before we ruin our lives for the day. Let's talk about like the eclipse coming up.
Okay.
This is going to be broadcasting
you really want
on
to get
the
into
eclipse
this?
day. Yes, that's why we want. That's one of the things we want to talk about. So I want to hear Trey Mac's best conspiracy around the eclipse.
There's no conspiracy. Well, there's a lot of conspiracy. That's the problem with conspiracy theory.
Did you see Neil deGrasse Tyson's tweet yesterday?
No, but he's usually full of shit. Tell me what he said.
He was talking about conspiracy theories. He was like, God. If you think the eclipse is part of a conspiracy, look at science.
Science? Okay. All right. Now you got me going.
Here we go.
Triggered.
You would think Neil deGrasse Tyson knows what the definition of conspiracy is, right?
Right.
They happen all the time. You've conspired with folks. You've conspired with people. People conspire all the time.
Yes,
conspiracy theories are just when we're like, kind of looks like these people are conspiring on something.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I think you're onto something.
Maybe Neil deGrasse Tyson needs to open up a book and read something instead of like talking about politics all the freaking time.
Tag Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse. We shout out. I would love to come on it. Bring Aubrey Plaza and Neil deGrasse Tyson right here. It'll get weird. It'll get real weird real fast.
So if you don't know this, when we had you on the podcast last year, the same date, we talked about the moon landing.
Oh, here we go.
It was the moon landing.
So now we
had Tatiscan Fireball cigars.
So we got Fireball.
We got the small batch.
Oh, my God.
Fireball Dragon Reserve.
So basically, this is proof that we live in a simulation. Thanks, fellas.
Yeah, exactly. The Matrix.
Wow.
Is
You're
real.
welcome.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I believe that there is a true conspiracy around the eclipse. Now, it's not like we'll figure this out as we kind of dive into it here. But if you wanted me to get really weird right up front, we can just start with the eclipse by itself is very strange. It's very strange. I mean, it would only happen, a total eclipse, perfect total eclipse, would really only happen if the bodies that we're usually talking about here, the sun, the moon, the earth, they have to be a certain size, and they have to be a certain distance from each other.
to work.
It's not like every planet has these experiences. In fact, eclipses are real because bodies pass between each other, right? But when you're talking about a perfect total eclipse, go ahead, Google that and tell me how many other of those exist in the known galaxy, our known universe. One. Isn't that a little strange?
You haven't connected with the moon people?
Isn't it a little strange that we happen to live on the planet that just has this perfect total eclipse?
Nice.
Nobody else seems to have this. Almost as if something was put there. Maybe it was put there on purpose. Anyway, I can go on and on about that. So just the eclipse by itself is strange enough. But let's get beyond that, because I believe that if we now agree that the moon was somehow placed there, I don't know. I'm not saying how, but it's still a moon. It just maybe not be what you think it is.
Big cheese?
No, I'm not saying
Big
it's true, but it does seem to be hollow. NASA has written about this. So I'm not blowing smoke up your skirt. It does ring when hit as if it's hollow, not like the Earth.
Like
NASA, you
like
can
a
read
tuning
this
fork.
on NASA's own. This is NASA's own experiments. Okay, so this is not some Alex Jones bullshit here. This is NASA. I read NASA data, and I'm like, NASA's not making a lot of sense here, but nobody else reads NASA's shit. So here we are. So it's just the eclipse by itself is weird, and possibly I don't know, maybe throughout history they've used these eclipses, if you will, to maybe, I don't know, conspire. Possibly. People with power. I'm sure you've seen Apocalypto.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The eclipse kind of played into that, right? Let's just kill a bunch of people until these two things align, and then all of a sudden everything's cool again. There's a lot of weird shit like that going on, too. I don't know where you want me to start, but...
So are we purging on Monday when it gets dark?
We started the purge a few years ago, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Am I allowed to say that? Maybe.
You say it all you want.
So maybe this is the ending of the purge, for all we know.
Oh.
The second coming.
Yeah, maybe it's a new purge. I don't know if you saw bird flu's back, and now it's transmitting towards humans. So that's awesome. That's really awesome.
I like going to the zoo.
You're in one. You are. You're a zoo. You're in one. And
Simulation.
the Anunnaki are watching. Shout out. Shout out, Anunnaki. Shout out.
Listen,
Hashtag.
if anything weird goes down on Monday, I'm just hoping that whiskey becomes currency.
Ooh.
You're good.
Will is set.
Will is set
Will
for
is
life.
Well, I'm going to have to get a lot more ammo.
I'm still lower class.
Yeah.
I'm still lower class. I'm the bottom.
So let's just, if we want to talk conspiracy.
Let's do it.
Okay. This, to me, sounds a bit conspiratorial, right? Oregon, Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and right here in Indiana have all declared states of emergency.
Yeah.
Okay. Did they all come up with this idea on their own? Or did maybe they, I don't know, conspire?
Mm-hmm.
They had to have conspired.
Yes. I'll do this, you do this, here's why we need to do this. And it might be something as simple as...
If I show you, you show me.
There's going to be a lot of average to below average IQ people on the roads trying to look up in the sky.
NASCAR fans.
Yeah. Okay.
Ouch.
Wow.
Shit, I'm sorry.
And so maybe we need to have a
We
plan.
love you, NASCAR fans.
Not Formula One fans. They are way smarter. Yeah.
No.
So maybe we need to have a plan just in case things get weird, because, you got to think, not to put anybody down, but think of your average person that you've come across in life and realize that half the people are dumber than that. And they're all going to be on the roads staring at the sky. Okay? So perhaps...
With their iPhones out, but they
Yeah.
have to replace the next day.
Perhaps it's a conspiracy that these states all got together in the government and was like, we should probably just be prepared in case anything happens.
Yeah.
But that in itself is a conspiracy. Thank you, Neil deGrasse Tyson, for your obvious wisdom.
Cheers.
Thank you to sponsor Deadwood Live. Derek with Deadwood Live is producing top quality live edge products as well as bourbon themed furniture. If you've been in the lounge, you've seen the custom live edge table and barrel stools produced by Derek. Be sure to give him a like and follow on Facebook at Deadwood Live. That's DED Wood Live.
Cheers.
So this episode's going to air the morning of the eclipse.
Yes.
So if you're listening to this during the eclipse, right afterwards, if your camera breaks because you pointed it at the sun when this happened, leave us a comment.
And a PSA, please do not stare at the eclipse without proper safety eyewear.
Don't trump it.
And also, if you want to come out, you can brave the traffic. You can come out here.
Yeah.
We're not charging to be
Last
here.
call. This posts at 5 a.m. on Monday. If you're listening to this on Monday, we'll be here from 1 to 5.
I would encourage everyone, because I'm about to get a little darker than where we just were.
Let's do it. I'm
I
ready.
encourage everyone, either stay at home on Monday or go to your local cigar establishment. Those will be the safest places to be.
Final third, baby.
Yeah, I mean, because if you do think about it, probably any given day, 10, 15, 20% of your clientele in a cigar lounge has a handgun on them.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So at least we
I'm
got
shooting
some
at the
protection.
Oh, that's not what you meant?
No.
Okay.
No.
I won't do that then.
No.
And the crazy thing is that Final Third is going to actually be open on a Monday.
Yeah,
Right.
we're never open.
That's already weird, right?
It's
That is
because
very
Dr.
weird.
J that's sitting over there right
I
now
know.
backed up to us. He's the one that's been bitching about it.
I want to
not being
see
open
Robin
on
here on a
Mondays.
Monday
So
working.
if Scott's not here on Monday, that's on him, because he's been complaining about Mondays.
He wants to buy that box he won't take
Dr.
home.
J, you've been called out. You
Been
must
called
be here
out.
Monday.
See,
there
that's
you
on
go.
you. I open for you.
So if you notice, Scott is not here with us this week. He is in
Scotty D.
Where is
Floribama. He went down there from the wedding last week. They were not ready to come home. So
And I don't think he's going to come home till after the eclipse.
No.
He's
said,
not as geeked about as I am.
He's tossing mullets. He's throwing mullets
he is
around on the
mullets
road.
throwing
Yep,
mullets.
yep,
The fish. So he did not care about the eclipse. So
He did not heed the warnings.
He did not heed warnings.
Either that or he is engaging in some sort of ritual that he doesn't want to tell us about.
Oh, you could say he's conspiring then.
Well, there's going to be a lot of occultist rituals.
There's
on
a
that.
there's a mullet
really are.
involved
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Scott.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. There's
All right.
going to be a
We
lot.
could start a
And
religion off
for
of
all we know, maybe he dabbles.
The moon mullets.
We will say, I will call it out right now. Scotty D does dabble.
Well, there you go.
In a
folks.
lot of stuff.
There you go. Does he the sex magic stuff? Does he really get into that?
I don't know. Scott, we'll talk about that on the next
Yeah.
show.
Yeah,
On the next
sex
Final Third
magic.
podcast.
Yeah. Tune in next week for sex
Just-
magic.
And this is kind of a side, but just as we brought that up, this is the same time of year that Aleister Crowley actually used sex magic to summon a demon that he said lived with him for 3 days in Shanghai. Same time.
Okay.
That's the best Ozzy Osbourne song, by the way.
Yeah.
Mr.
Crowley.
Crowley.
Jen's going to be so happy.
It's a great album. Gosh.
I love it. What are you getting out of this barrel proof, Rob? Barrel strength. I keep
It's
saying
gone.
barrel
It's
strength.
gone. I already drank it all.
Well, okay. So you were talking about source things. I've got another pour in my bag.
Let's go. I need some
It's
more whiskey.
the Target pick that I picked up last weekend from High West.
I just need more
Rum
liquid
counts.
courage before we get to that
I got his
freaking
attention.
Fireball.
Tires A.
It's always
So
Fireball.
this is a
Fireball
cask
season.
collection from High West, Barbados rum barrels.
I'm in.
All right.
It's 100 proof. It's pretty light, but yeah, it's good.
I'm a big,
Try it out, Rob.
big High West
Yeah.
fan.
I love High West, man.
We do too.
Yeah, it's a good one. We're big fans of High West.
Speaking of High West, Eddie Som,
Yeah.
they have a pick out now.
Oh, do they
can-
really?
You can buy any of the Som's restaurants. I think they have it where they can, are selling alcohol.
Gracias.
Really?
They have carry out.
Okay.
You can buy their pick. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, thanks for bringing that in, Mike.
I got you, brother. I like to share when I can.
So just so you
You can
guys
take
know, while we're pouring here, the reason we have so much stuff on the table right now, we've got this awesome Aladino humidor that's made by the boys just down the road here, Claro and Case Elegance. This is going to be given away today, along with a lighter and cutter in there too. So you're going to have a complete kit to
I think it's
take
awesome.
home, and it's amazing. So
You
I
gotta
was
take
really
some of
glad
that.
to get that from you
gotta
guys
take
to
some of
be able
that.
to give away.
I poured too
First,
much.
I believe this is the first, officially the first green humidor.
Ever?
They'll be doing a giveaway, I believe, in Pittsburgh later today as well.
Oh, good.
This is,
Good.
this is the first green Aladino humidor.
Do you know why
Claro.
it's green?
I know how it happened. Tell me what you're thinking.
The moon people.
Yeah,
The moon people.
Gotcha. No, I don't know. What? So,
Lizards.
like, why did they go with this army
They
green?
went for the-
I love this color.
They went for the military locker.
Yeah, I
So
love
last year we were trying to make a decision between 3 colors. We went with black because it's classy and an easy starting place. But one man out in Wyoming, Casper Cigar Company, who
Shout out Casper.
dabbled in being an Aladino lounge.
Okay.
Maybe we'll push him over the top here.
Pulled back.
If you're listening.
Yeah, Donovan. Donovan's awesome. I would love for them to be a lounge. But Donovan last year wanted a green humidor. We said, we only made the black. Donovan said, no problem. He called the boys at Claro and had one made for himself.
There you go.
And then posted it all over the internet. And then everybody starts thinking that we're making green humidors.
That was this one?
And
like this?
Yeah,
green
and
deal?
I'm like, no. Donovan just did that on his own. So this year we ordered 30 green humidors. So it's only going to be at our 30 biggest events.
Yeah.
And thanks, Donovan, for creating that buzz.
Yeah.
'Cause,
I guess it's like olive drab is technically the Pantone for that. 'cause-
Well, the nice thing about Claro too is if you want to buy this, they will do custom engraving, custom logoing on it, however you want it. So if you have a shop where you want to put your logo on them, you can do that. Or if you have personally, you just want to put your name, whatever you want to put on them, they'll do it for you. So it's actually a nice addition. I sell them here, so if you do want to do something like that, let me know. I can order it. I can get the logo on it and get you the price for it. It's a little bit more with the logo and stuff on it, but it's still probably one of the best priced humidors in that quality around.
What are you selling them for? What are the regular ones selling
The
for?
regular ones are $229.
Okay, yeah, so I knew they were under
$229 or
$250.
$219,
which
one of two.
for that, that's insane.
It is.
It comes with the liquid, right? Doesn't it come with the
Yeah,
pack of the...
it comes with everything to get it
Okay.
set up, ready to go.
Yeah.
Some people have switched over to Boveda, but I'm kind of finding out that sometimes the
works
liquid
best with-
works a little bit better,
Yeah.
at least to get started. You're dealing with that right now on one of them. So it's just one of those things that they do. Everything's right there.
Yeah. So shout out Claro. I'll link them below if you want to check out their website. We'll link the website below if you want to
and Will
check
was
that out,
asking
too.
me because he's looking for a bigger cabinet for home, and at the trade show I looked at a lot of the humidor places, and it was amazing how expensive they all were. There were some that were smaller than that one that were $1,000
with no innovation.
Exactly. It's just a humidor, and obviously humidors are still pretty, amazing.
What do you mean
works.
no innovation?
I mean, it's the same as it's always been done. I mean, here's your box. Here's your box. Well, at least these guys came along and was like,
So you know what's running my humidor? I probably have it's probably twice the size. I could probably do 250, 300 in mine.
Okay.
But it's running off a Cigar Oasis from like 1974.
Oasis works great.
It's phenomenal. Oh,
Yep.
it's great.
Yep.
The thing that got me was my buddy Matt that gave it to me lost the original power cable. So the power cable that's powering it is from an IBM computer. It says IBM all across
you mean
it.
back when all the cables matched something? Where you didn't have to
They're
have
all
something-
universal. They're
Oh, my
all
gosh.
universal. So that, I'm stuck in the Stone Age with my humidor. But
the
it
good
works.
old days.
Yeah, good old days.
things made sense.
Yeah,
I'm
it
telling you
works.
right,
Everything's
I'm telling you right
great.
now. I'm digging this.
You
I'm
like that
digging
one?
this high
No,
west.
I like this
I
a
poured
lot,
too much,
too.
so if you need
I
some
like
more,
a
somebody
lot.
pour from my glass.
It's all good.
Yeah, so my normal Saturday ritual is to come in here, have a pour, have a stick. Then I usually go to a beer and a second cigar, right? Not today. This bad boy is going to do me right for this whole time. I mean,
Yeah.
it is intensifying. However, it's still smooth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get from the strength standpoint, it's picking up.
Yeah.
Yeah, hard.
Well, and we talked about this a little bit at the show, but Will is one of the guys that comes in here, and Mike sometimes too, but Mike usually smokes just the full cigars. He's the guy that comes in here and smokes a cigar. He's planning on being here for one cigar and a drink and a beer, and he's like, oh, I still got a little time. He goes and gets a small cigar.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why we got the Santee and the little Petite Corona from you guys, because that gives us another few
a good
more
option.
small ones in there. So we've got probably a good 10
not quite
small
ready.
cigars.
Not quite ready to call it a day. So
Right.
I'm like,
You
all
just
right,
need
one
a
more-
little
Another
Yeah.
half hour, 45 minutes
Yeah.
or whatever. So
Yeah.
No,
If I
this
got to
is
tell Jen I'm going for one cigar, I'll grab like an Asylum or something.
just one.
Just one.
One big.
the
One
10 by 100.
2.5 foot cigar. I'm like, I'm just smoking one cigar today. 7 hours later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are you still there? It's Thursday. You got there on Monday.
I'm still on the
I
final
grabbed
third.
a big Woody.
All right,
Final
so
third.
Let's go deep. Let's go. Let's go
you
dark.
want to get
Let's go
you want to
deep
get
and dark
weirder?
here. Let's go.
I want to get deeper, man. Let's get weird.
Well, let's start with. Well, I mean, again, I just want you to think of the overall conspiratorial aspect.
Okay.
So let's start with the World Economic Forum, which everybody loves. Klaus Schwab. Shout out Klaus Schwab. you will eat the bugs. You will eat the bugs.
Schwab.
Yeah. But if you've ever looked, and go ahead and Google this, folks, what's their logo? Oh, it's a fucking eclipse. Oh.
I think you're conspiring.
I think there's something weird going on here.
I hear conspiring.
Yeah.
Conspiring is
So these people meddle and they try to run things from, some outer realm, which by and of itself, they are conspiring with other people. Oh my God, crazy. That's called a conspiracy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They do this all the time. That's really kind of their job. That's why they exist. So who might they be conspiring with here? Let's go to CERN. We'll go to CERN first.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I know. Because
I wasn't expecting that one.
the Hadron Collider is firing back up for whatever reason during the eclipse.
Huh.
It's been shut down for 2 years. Weird things have tended to happen. Go ahead and Google that too. What things have happened when CERN fires up? There's a nice list of things. And for whatever reason, they've decided to fire things up during the eclipse.
But
Wow.
they fired it up 2 years ago. But when did they start rehabbing it?
Oh, I mean, when they fire it up, it doesn't last too long.
No. But like,
Rehabbing the facility, is that what you're talking about?
yeah,
I don't know. Do you know?
end of 2019.
Dun, dun, dun.
What happened the next month?
Things got real weird real fast.
Yeah, everybody
Oh.
got sick.
Huh.
Yeah. I'm conspiring at this point.
See?
Wow. So,
You are.
so what you're saying is the aliens started COVID.
Now,
Alien.
listen, this time, have you looked into what they're searching for? Why did they fire CERN back up, and what are they testing for? They're searching for
Clouds.
They're searching for three things. One, they think they found, and this is just based on tests that they did back then, so over 2 years ago. They think now they're going through the data, and they found what they're calling a ghost particle. And I don't really know what that is because I read a lot of this stuff. I've never heard of ghost particles. But this testing, they're really looking for God particles and dark energy. That's the whole point.
Like
They're
dark matter.
dark matter, dark
Yeah.
energy, trying to figure out the difference between the two. And if they have no proof that either one exists, they're searching for those two things specifically.
Yeah, because where does that come from?
One does not know, but it makes up the majority of the known universe, and yet we know nothing about it.
I am so excited for you to get to season 3 of Resident Alien.
Is it? Oh, I thought there was only two seasons.
Oh, the 3rd season is live now.
Oh,
They're doing weekly ones.
All right,
So
all
now,
right.
now they're caught up to season 3.
Have you
This
seen Resident
ties into
Alien?
that.
Have you seen it?
Alan
Oh,
Tudyk.
you gotta watch it.
Alan Tudyk is the main character.
I'm in.
Yeah. Phenomenal show.
It's hilarious.
It makes you think about some of this shit,
I love it.
especially regarding the moon.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to watch this because I
You
know
do.
I know nothing
And in
about it.
season 3, it comes into it. So start watching. It's on Hulu and Netflix.
Ooh.
I think Netflix has
Netflix
seasons
has
1
one
and
and
2.
two. Yeah.
And then season 3 is live now on Hulu.
Shoot,
So
I need to get Hulu still.
yeah,
Dang it.
I'll just give you my login.
All right, please do,
Yeah.
because I want to watch Chorzy too.
I love that.
Yeah, I've got to expand my horizon. I'm just kind of on Guys Grocery Games. That's about all. I
Yeah. Oh, that's
Triple
great.
G, Triple D. That's kind of my thing.
Yeah. Diners,
Take it.
drive-ins, and cigars.
Yeah.
Yes.
New segment coming to you soon from
love
Final
it.
Cigar.
So on the High West, are you getting a lot of rum? I'm not really picking
No.
up rum on it.
So
at all.
I was
I
a
can
little.
smell it.
I couldn't taste it though.
I don't
can't. I'm the
taste
same
it
way.
at
I
all,
smell
man.
it.
So it's a
Yeah.
rum cask finish, but it's 100 proof, and I think that might be the problem. Is that it's a lower proof cask finish?
So you guys aren't getting rum?
I'm
I'm
not.
not.
I get
yeah.
it.
I'm
in
getting
my
a
nose.
ton of rum on the tongue.
No, I could smell it. I'm with Trey Mac. I get it on the nose, but not the palate.
I get a nice bourbon, but I'm not
Yeah.
getting any rum.
So it's not like it's bad. It's a great bourbon.
Yeah.
But for the name that it's got with the cask collection with the rum finish, I don't get the finish of the rum.
I'd be interested
At
to
all.
talk to more people about this. I'm getting a lot of rum on it.
Like if you
That's
want
weird.
like Wild Turkey Masters,
The Master Keeps.
the Voyage.
The Voyage.
It's a rum bomb. Like
Yeah.
this
Okay.
is not
That one's good.
Yeah,
I don't think I've had that one.
Yeah, that
Maybe
one
I have.
is
that's
a
very
game changer.
rum
pretty
forward.
awesome, actually.
Okay.
I'll bring that next week because we got that one too. So, real quick, next week, tune in next week to our next episode. We'll have Logan Everett on with us. He has his own podcast. I would plug that
Shout out.
podcast, but I forgot the name.
We'll plug it next week.
The whole point of it is doing blinds. So next week we're doing some blind tastings. So
which is going to show us what we
Yeah.
don't know what we're doing.
always
Fun.
yeah.
Yeah. I met Logan a couple years ago through Indiana Bourbon Club, and he's been here for some tastings when we done Penelope and some other tastings here. Super cool guy. I'm excited to
Yeah.
to have him on.
Yeah,
It's
connect.
good
We're all
for me.
about networking.
Yeah.
We're all
Yeah.
about meeting moon people.
We are the moon people.
We are the
We are
moon
the
people.
moon people.
What if we were on the moon and not the Earth?
What if the Earth is the moon's moon?
Oh, fuck.
I mean, technically, it is. It's a satellite. Doesn't orbit the moon, but technically, if you only grew up on the moon,
Okay.
you'd probably say the Earth is your moon.
Have you seen the Starlink satellites fly over?
Oh, if you're in an area where it gets super dark at night,
Oh, I freaked out.
there are, I mean, thousands
Yeah.
of them.
Straight line too.
Oh, yeah.
Straight line.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
I freaked out. Like I was outside with the dogs, and we live in the cornfields out in this area, and no city lights at all. So you could see them just like.
yeah.
The weirdest part is like you see the front and then you see the end. Like it's not as weird if it's just like continuous, I guess. I don't know. If you see it like a shooting star or something, you know it goes away. This is just a line to like 100 satellites going through the yard.
Yeah.
And I'm looking up. I ran inside. I was like, Jen, grab a camera.
It's cool as hell.
It is.
Look.
Yeah, it's very
I didn't know what it was the first
Yeah.
time I saw it. I freaked out.
Okay,
Yep.
I'm gonna say something a little weird,
What? What?
and but I
No
can't
way.
say everything. I'm just gonna say a little bit.
Say a part of it.
I really wasn't aware of this until like last summer. I hadn't really paid attention.
When they published the article of
Well, no,
what
I
it
was in a mountain about 10. I was at like 10,000 feet elevation, middle of nowhere, Colorado, with somebody I've known for 25 years, who I know works for certain aspects of our government that we won't talk about.
Okay. The only question I had was, were you wearing your tortilla?
Everywhere I go, everybody has a tortilla ready for me, and like literally everywhere.
We'll get into that one
In
one
DC,
day.
there's a tortilla. In Missouri, there's a tortilla. Every couch I sleep on has a tortilla ready for me. No, this was sober,
Sober. Okay.
and I hadn't seen this guy for about 10 years. Good guy, but he works in some strange areas. He says, let's go outside and just stare at the sky tonight. And I was like, all right, cool. I dig it.
I kind of dig that
Yeah,
too.
I dig it. And we're going, and I'm like, so what made you want to do this? And he's like, it's the satellites, man. He's like, I come out here to watch the satellites because there's no light pollution. Nothing.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
That's weird.
so I'm like, holy shit, there's everywhere.
Yeah.
They're Byong, byong, byong. And he's
Yeah.
pointing them out and stuff. And then, yeah, I mean, he kind of alluded to some things that I probably shouldn't talk about.
Talk about him.
But like 20 years ago,
He
like
didn't call him out by name.
20
That's
years
funny.
ago, it was the space station. Like that was the thing that you could look up and see.
That was the thing.
That was it.
Yeah.
Now,
It's not anymore.
It's insane. And so if you're,
You just have to go somewhere that you can see it.
honestly, the eclipse is cool and all. That's way cooler. Because if you get to a place where there's no light pollution and you can sit there and just count the freaking satellites, it's wild.
And
It's
just
almost
and-
more than stars.
and
how
see the
fast
colors
they're
of the
going,
Milky
too.
Way and all that. It's just so beautiful,
Dude,
isn't it?
they're going so fast, and you're like, satellite, satellite, satellite. Holy shit.
Tesla.
Yeah. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop. We're done. I'm done talking about that. I don't want to
I
get my
can't
friend in
wait till
trouble.
next year when we see the Tesla,
Yeah.
see the Tesla shadow go across
Go
Indiana.
across the-
There was a thing that was like, where's the Tesla now?
Yeah. Is it gone now?
I don't think they can find it.
No,
I mean, like,
listen.
how do you find it? Like,
Listen, I would go out into a street anywhere if they're like, you're going to see this convertible cross in front of the moon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm in. I'm
in.
in.
Yeah.
I want to see that eclipse. That's an eclipse I want to see.
okay, one last thing before we move on to news and notes around the area.
Okay.
We went to the moon recently, right?
Yeah, we did.
They said we did.
Well, no, we did. We did. You know, I have proof. The damn thing crashed. We didn't even land the damn thing. It landed sideways on its side because we can't land shit on the moon, okay?
But we could do that however far ago. In 69, we did that shit, and we broadcasted that.
Oh, yes, we did.
All the technical shit that we have now, we couldn't broadcast that now?
No.
I know.
Weird.
Oh, the signal is real weak.
And
Yeah, it's really
India,
hard to get into space.
You know, all of our technical support comes from India. I mean, they're kind of good at technological bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
We could agree on that.
So they went to the moon too, and they broadcasted it. Okay? And everybody was like, oh my God, this is the worst CGI ever, because they had to blend CGI with their broadcast. And
there's a sign in the background that said Studio 57 right over their left shoulder.
India being like way too honest was like, well, yeah, no shit, people. To get the signal to come from the moon here is impossible. We had to fill it. They just like looked at the camera like, yeah, we had to fill it in with part CGI. Like, you can't get a signal from the moon. And then everyone's like, well, what do you mean you can't? It was crystal clear back in 1969. And like, well,
yeah, no, it was 4K in 1969.
Oh, yeah.
4K black and white. That's all it was. That's all it was. That's my conspiracy. That's me conspiring.
Well, meanwhile, if you
against
want
us.
a really good video to look up is they also showed, Russia used AI to look through all of our moon footage and photos, and their AI came to the conclusion that it was all fake. And the funniest video is when they're explaining it to Vladimir Putin, and he just kind of goes like, we've known this for years. He's like, tell me something new.
Yeah, then he fired his staff.
Or shot them.
Yeah, he just shot him.
He looked right in the camera, shot all of his staff, and said, I'm the machine.
I'm the machine. Took his shirt off and rode off on a pony.
Oh, my God.
We have derailed. We have derailed.
This always happens.
Oh, I know.
It's all good.
Look.
Okay, finish your whiskey because we have to go into our regret portion.
No
here.
regrets, man.
No
regrets.
No regrets. So a little bit of news around the era. I'll start at the bottom. So Heaven Hill announced their Old Fitz Bottled and Bond 25th anniversary release.
And you know, I was
Coming
bummed
out
when
in
I read the article because it says it's
Why?
Kentucky only release.
Oh,
Yeah.
we'll get it.
And I've been on the list. I was on the list to try to get some in here, but I won't be able to get it if it's Kentucky only.
I might know a guy.
Well, I mean, I would like to have one personally, but I won't be able
Jim
to sell
can get
it
us
to,
a bottle, though, right?
Yeah, but it probably would be personal. It probably wouldn't be able for the bar. I'm still working on it, so I'm trying. Especially since we are the
But
Heaven
the
Hill Lounge.
podcast is not the bar.
Well,
That's true.
We can drink it on the podcast.
We are just trying to get sponsored
So
by
can
Heaven
you start
Hill,
being up
so
here on every Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good sponsorship.
It is. Yeah.
Anytime you're coming through the area and you want to jump on the podcast, let us know. You
I'm
can
in.
come on.
I'm
We'll have you on.
Please, yes. 100%. Anytime.
I try to do a podcast a week. So,
Just do this one.
yeah.
Yeah.
He actually runs several podcasts himself too.
I used to. Back
Is
in
it
the
going
day.
live on Thursday?
No,
Oh, okay.
that's McAuliffe.
Well, no, they're going live on Friday.
Oh, they're going
so
live on Friday. That's right. Yeah.
That's
Are
why
you-
it would
do
be
I need to start an Aladino podcast?
with us.
Oh.
This is the Aladino
We are the
podcast.
Yeah, I
Aladino
know.
podcast,
Aladino
yes.
sponsored podcast.
We
Yeah.
are the Aladino podcast. So
Okay.
I think
don't-
we should always
I don't-
do an Aladino segment.
I don't think Justo would want me doing an Aladino podcast every week.
Yeah.
It would be nothing but Moonman and
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but come on,
I'd be
man.
like, let's talk about
Everybody
Corojo
that knows
and
you-
Aleister Crowley.
But everybody that knows you loves you for that.
I mean, my brain doesn't shut off. I
No.
don't sleep. And
So where did Corojo come from? Oh, Mars.
Mars, the first Corojo plant.
The first the
is
first
the-
crop on Mars. Corojo.
Mars seed, not Cuban seed. It's Mars.
Favors
seed.
slightly acidic soil.
Exactly.
You can eat it. You can smoke it.
the
turn
Anunnaki
it.
gave this to us?
All right.
Anunnaki.
moons ago.
So I am going
Oh,
to say right
man.
now, I'm not gonna use the final third glasses for the Fireball because I don't want to ruin the glasses.
Wait.
Oh, yeah,
What do you
no.
mean Fireball?
Huh?
What do you mean?
So-
That's a glass.
This
That's
just
not
isn't-
That's not Fireball.
This is Fireball Dragons Reserved that actually
Special
smelled
Fireball.
an oak barrel once, and then they poured it in a bottle.
Wait. Are you telling me Fireball stepped their game up?
Let's hear a little bit
yeah.
about this. Hold on.
You do it.
Let's hear a little bit
Fireball
about it.
Small Batch Dragon Reserve. You can expect a sweet cinnamon flavor and a refined oaky finish for a taste you didn't know you needed.
It's Rob.
Fireball Small Batch Dragon Reserve. The perfect gift for Father's Day. Or yourself. I don't care. Do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. That's Rob Riggle. Okay,
Hey,
so
I got to admit, they said for Father's Day, my dad drinks Fireball twice a day.
Oh, wow.
He keeps a bottle
I gotta
right
dump
by the
this
bed.
The nose is Brock's cinnamon discs.
You know,
I love the cinnamon disc, man. That is so good.
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute.
Oh, God.
You know, Cotton, I'm getting a slight cinnamon.
Hold
note
on.
Slight cinnamon.
We're leaving this over here.
Wait.
Oh, here we go, Trey.
That smells like real cinnamon.
It smells just like a Brock cinnamon
It
disc
does not.
to me.
It does not smell like Fireball. When you smell Fireball, it's like that's fake cinnamon and antifreeze. This smells like real cinnamon.
Oh,
I want to disappoint everyone right now.
No. Go for it.
disappoint us, buddy.
It tastes like Fireball.
I'm sure it's going to taste exactly like Fireball. I'm sure it
Just
tastes
Fireball.
exactly like Fireball.
No, you guys aren't really. You got to take yourselves back a step. Now,
No, I swear it smells like real cinnamon.
Get the glass up your
pulling
nose and go,
I'm pulling some
hello,
I'm pulling some
Hello.
chocolate.
how are you?
I'm pulling some chocolate notes. I'm pulling strawberries. I'm pulling some.
That might
full
be.
of shit.
I think that might be a little too much.
I'm pulling, man. I'm pulling some flat Earth notes. I'm pulling some. I knew that would get you.
Oh my God,
It
it's
tastes
just
like Fireball.
it's
Try it.
Fireball.
It's
Oh,
Fireball.
smells
It's
like
way
David Icke.
smoother than regular Fireball.
way smoother.
So the thing is, like, the crappy thing is, like, it's 3 months in the barrel. I'm not discrediting the fact that they tried something different as a
Okay.
marketing ploy, but it's 3 months in the barrel.
Okay, I'm
Look
I'm
at
with
the legs
Will.
on this guy.
I'm with
It's
Will.
Phenomenal.
I'm with Will. This is actually way smoother than
It
regular
is.
Fireball.
No, because I don't taste the propylene glycol. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's disgusting, but it's way smoother than Fireball.
It's like Fireball without the propylene glycol.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Shout out to Dr. Scott. This
So-
is his favorite bourbon.
So
right
Dr.
now.
Scott did go to the store and actually buy the store out of all the Fireball, so
Yeah.
he can sell it on secondary for $27.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm in. I'm in. Yes.
We're doing a raffle. It's $125 a ticket
Yes.
for one spot.
We're selling 300 tickets.
Here's the problem. You boys got to shoot that shit. Come on now.
No.
Oh God,
I'm
no.
here to
Yeah,
tell
that's
you
what
right
it's
now.
for. It's Fireball. You're supposed to bang, bang.
All right, go.
Then you get the full effect. Yeah.
Tastes exactly the same.
No,
All
it's
the
not.
regret.
I swear to God, it's
Oh.
not. I swear to God, that's not the same.
I regret nothing.
It's not the same.
I do.
It's
I
not the
regret
same.
it.
Well,
Oh, well, get over here.
look out, Pappy Van Schmappy. Here we got.
Pappy
Well,
Face
does not affect
Schmappy.
humans the way it does us. If it did, they obviously would never drink it.
Get one of the glasses. And let's see Dr. J's
definitely do.
reaction. Come back here, bud. Come back here behind one of us.
Come here, Dr.
If
J.
I was in charge of marketing for them, I would have
That's
called
Dr.
this
J's.
Pappy Van
So
Fireball.
anyone that doesn't know Dr. J, this is Dr. J, and Fireball is his life.
This is Pappy Van Asshole.
No.
So Scott doesn't tell everybody, but he does tell his friends. He's got a tattoo on his ass that says "Fireball is life." That's just what.
Oh, it's just a
that's
dragon. It's just a dragon.
Titty dragon.
It's
Fireball titty
It
dragon.
is the Fireball titty dragon. So it's just the Fireball dragon with some massive tits.
Mm.
What do you think? Wait, hold on. Before you answer that, have you tried this?
He's
Okay.
never. Yeah.
Perfect. What do you think?
It's not the same.
No.
No, it's not the same at all.
It
It's
doesn't
way
taste.
worse.
I don't think it's worse.
No.
I think it's smoother.
No. Okay.
It
I
is
agree.
smoother.
So let me be honest.
It doesn't.
like,
It doesn't. It's a lot smoother tasting. So like the cinnamon is not just like in your face, like I'm sucking on a red hot candy, one of those.
It's still red hot.
Oh, wait till
It's
you
still-
shoot
no,
it.
no, hold-
It is.
Here,
Shoot
Feel
it.
that, but
Yeah.
it's taking the edge off of it.
Here's the real test would
Do
be
you
to
have the
do
other
another
Fireball?
round.
No.
You're supposed to
I
do
forgot
this
to
as a
bring it.
head-to-head.
I forgot to
The
bring
real
it.
test would be to do another round because if I take 2 shots of Fireball back to back, on the second shot, my body goes.
Well, there's a whole
Okay,
bottle
well,
right
here.
here.
Yeah.
All right, let's
So
go.
that's
Get the what the fuck.
Because
I'm sorry, WTF.
your
Get
body
the
knows
WTF.
that propylene glycol is not what it needs.
That's good. That's good. Damn. Damn it.
You gotta get some
Fucking Trey Mac.
Yeah.
Well, Rob,
So if the second
Rob
shot-
wanted to. Well,
Here's 12 ounces
Dr.
for
J's
you.
got my glass, so
You got to shoot that, buddy. Shoot it. Go.
No.
Give me that
Look. Nothing. That tells me this is not bullshit.
no gagging.
It's
Okay,
not.
all right.
It's-
Well, let
it's
me
really
go.
not
Let
the
me go
same.
2 then.
Usually, I'm like, literally, my
What's
body
this one?
says, no, this is
It's
bad
not
for
that.
you.
Okay.
No, that's the.
You can.
Okay. Pass it on.
Horrible.
Puff pass here, bud.
Good choice there. That was
Puff,
fantastic.
pass.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely. You need
So, by the way, everybody, this is our last episode because we're doing shots of Fireball on the show.
Happy Van
you've done
Fireball.
way worse than
Pappy Van Fireball.
Yes, we have. We have done worse than this on the show.
Enjoy.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Coming in
Shout
at
out
nice,
Dr. Scott for drinking his Fireball.
Oh God, do I
nice
have to shoot
66
this?
proof.
Ooh,
Do I have to
man.
shoot this?
Should it to get the full effect.
So when Dr. Scott said that this one was going to be great, this was the only thing that came to mind.
Your body accepted it.
I mean, it didn't reject it.
It's still just Brock cinnamon discs to me.
So here's the thing.
But I will say it's not as cringingly sugary
It's not.
as the regular.
It really is.
It's that thick propylene glycol.
It does-
I'm not lying.
No, you
That's
are right.
What it
but
is.
You are right.
The
and that's
disappointment
out of it.
The disappointment is that it was only 3 months in this barrel.
They didn't want to ruin the barrel, dude. Come on.
Because they wanted to reuse the barrel. They sold that barrel to a fucking brewery.
No, it's going to Weller. They're going to do Weller Fireball Reserve.
What did I say? It was going to be Fireball, Starlight, Reserve, Eclipse barrel.
Oh my God.
And they're going to barrel it on Monday.
God,
No.
I'm not going to be able to get that out of my gut all day.
If they would let this sit for a year or more, I think it could be different.
Put an Amberana barrels.
Mizunara.
So I'm not against the concept. I'm against what has been created. And when it comes to cinnamon, if you want to get deep here, because my body's actually like, I'm very sensitive to cinnamon, even though I like the taste. Candles, all this bullshit. If it's like the fake stuff, like I get headaches, I get massive issues, right? But then I discovered Vietnamese cinnamon.
Oh, yeah, it's
Okay.
way different.
Okay.
It's way different.
Throw that in food. I can put it in my mouth in dry form and eat it. No problem. It's delicious.
What is
Way
it?
different.
What does it taste like? I mean, is it?
It tastes like, I don't know, when you,
It's hard to describe. I know what
other
you're
than
saying.
when you have it, you're like, well, this is what cinnamon is supposed to taste like.
It's almost like raw. Like it's just raw cinnamon, but it's not like baking spice, like stick cinnamon, and it's not like cinnamon red hot. So it's kind of in between the two of the spice and like the heat of cinnamon.
So if a company
It's
were
so
ever to
different.
decide to use Vietnamese cinnamon and make an alcohol with that, that might actually be,
It would supersede this for sure.
oh yeah. But this is way better than regular Fireball, folks.
It is.
Don't,
We all know cinnamon's
Yeah,
a
but
blood
I mean-
sugar stabilizer, so this is
Yeah,
medicinal.
but if
So if you got low blood sugar,
I'm also saying if I'm drinking urine one day, if I'm drinking urine that someone just ate asparagus, it's a lot.
oh, it's different.
It's a
urine.
lot different.
Trust me,
It's like-
it's different.
It's still shit. It's still nasty.
But it kept you alive.
Right.
but there was 618 bottles of this made.
That's it?
So
That's
I was
it.
trying to figure out the 618.
So this
I'm
is
like,
allocated.
It was released on 618.
because my thought was,
This
okay,
is an
maybe they're
allocated
gonna
product.
release this on a date that matters, 618, whatever that was. Well, Juneteenth is 619. Why didn't they go 19 and go ahead and throw it in there with Juneteenth?
That's racist, man.
No, I'm just saying there's
I'm just going to
there's
say
gotta
this.
be a date.
No, hold on. I'm just going to
That's
say
it.
this one time for the cameras. I think Fireball is usually something like white people drink.
Oh, I know.
So
I know.
Juneteenth might not have been.
Yeah, I
Wait,
mean,
you
you're
don't
right.
like white
I
people?
wasn't meaning
Me? Some of my least favorite people are white people. What are you talking about?
I love white people.
I love white people too, but some of my least favorite people are white people.
I wasn't meaning that as that. I'm just saying, why would they not tie this
Aleister
to a date?
Crowley, white person.
Figure out
Klaus Schwab, white person.
Mr. Crowley,
Mr.
white
Crowley?
person.
White person.
All these people that are
Crowley.
conspiring against us, white people.
So I don't know. When I looked it up, that was the only explanation. There was no other like.
It was just the date they dumped it.
Yeah, it's like Whiskey Acres. What was their thing with the sevens? It was.
Oh yeah,
Shit, I don't
7
know.
year.
Yeah, 7
June
year
on 7/7
on
7/7.
7/7 the 27. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
It was
yeah.
they beat the hell out of the date.
Yeah,
so
which is great.
WTF,
what the
stands
fireball?
for wonderfully terrific fireball.
Yes.
I think that's what it meant.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what
that's
we're
what it
going
was.
for
Yes,
here.
Yeah,
yes.
for all the YouTube police.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah. Don't flag me, please. Our
God.
reels are doing really good, so please do not flag me for the
I'm gonna say
WTF fireball.
something, and I'm gonna get punched probably in the face for this.
I'm
but
ready to hit you.
I actually think it goes well with the Fuma Noche.
oh God.
After like 5 shots of other things.
We're 6 pours in.
Yeah.
Will loves Fireball,
There's a
small
sweet-
batch,
There's
Dragon
a sweetness
Reserve.
to it that complements a cigar.
Yeah, let's just do shots of gin now, guys. Let's go.
Yeah.
I have videos of a man doing gin with butter in a shot.
What?
A shot of butter, a shot of gin mixed together.
Was it melted or was it just like?
Oh, no, melted.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Now, the whiskey and the butter worked out really well. So then we decided, why not try it with gin? That was a bad idea.
So I feel
Sounds like a bad
I
idea.
feel like I'm a frat president planning a party, and I want to get everyone to go. And this is the signature drink of the night.
No. This is what you take the guys to the back room, the upper echelon of the frat. You say, hey, guys, I got something special for you today.
So okay, so this is Hooters Platinum.
Okay, so hold on. I don't know. How large a schools did everybody go to?
Small.
Small?
Very small.
We had 1,100 seniors, so
I was 100
Small.
100
No, I went
seniors.
to a
is that
big
small?
school. U of
I'd
M,
say
so-
small.
Okay, small.
I'm 100 seniors.
Oh,
in
in
my-
high
You're
school?
really
No,
fucking
no, no.
small.
Yeah.
College.
Oh,
I'm talking college.
Oh, I didn't
U
go
of
to
M,
college.
yeah, it's
Okay,
a
well,
big
good for you. You smart man.
Yeah, I skipped that
Smartest
shit.
person at this fucking table.
Yeah, I went straight to the moon, brother.
Yes.
U of M, yeah.
Okay.
Big school, yeah.
How are we sitting next to each other?
You're a Buckeye?
I'm a Jayhawk.
Oh.
Oh, that's not bad. If you're a Buckeye,
K-State,
you might be
baby.
fighting, but
We can all agree, the Buckeyes, not so good.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Until they get Bronny James.
So we would have done this for the gentlemen, maybe upstairs at our frat parties, while we had bathtubs full of jungle juice.
Right.
And then we would fill, literally, you'd make all the bathtubs to be full of jungle
Yeah,
juice. That's how
yeah,
you'd make it.
yeah.
And then
Jungle Juice is good.
I would do jungle juice 100 times before I do this again.
I think we should do a Jungle Juice pairing.
you know what? Let me
He's
think about
fucking
that.
thinking.
Let me wait.
He was thinking.
You know what? Next time I'm around, let's do jungle juice with a tattoo skin.
Aged or just like in general?
Age with Fireball Bovida packs?
a Fireball
or
Tattoo
Let's
just-
try both.
Oh my God.
I'm sure he's already on. I'm sure Dr. J's
All right,
already on.
we
a
got to plan
Fireball
this. We got to plan this.
Tattoo skin.
Dragon's Reserve. It tastes exactly like the other Tatiscan.
Oh, it doesn't. That shit is different. That shit is
Where's
different.
No,
Isaiah?
aged.
in the cigar,
Yeah.
it will not change
Yeah.
it.
No, it's aged. No, it's
Oh
fine.
God.
Everything's
Here's how different I believe that is. My dad drinks Fireball twice a day. First thing when he wakes up, first thing before he goes to bed. It's right on his nightstand, okay?
Nice.
If I gave him that, I think he'd be pissed off.
Really?
And that's how I know it's different.
Pissed off because it's not regular
This is
Fireball?
not Fireball, son. Guaranteed.
Dude, I got
It seems
hair
lighter.
growing on my freaking tongue from this thing. It will not go away.
You need to get a little bottle. You need to get a little sample bottle and take it to him out of here. and
I'm
say,
down.
Hey,
I'm
I
totally
got some.
down.
I got 2 sample bottles in my backpack.
My dad would be
I will
like,
send you home with
My
this shit.
dad
Yeah.
would be
I will
thrilled.
send you home with
got-
this
Yeah,
shit.
we got to do
We
that.
got
And
you.
I'll videotape his
You
reaction.
know what? Here's the sample bottle.
Yeah.
This is my bottle.
Oh, I
This
want to
is
see
your
Jen.
sample.
I want to
No,
see Jen taking shots of that.
Listen,
She'll be here soon.
I really am.
I'm sticky.
I know
touched
you
it.
guys
I'm
are a little
I'm sticky.
disappointed. I'm a little surprised. I think it's honestly at the
That
end
you
of the
don't
day.
hate it.
Listen, it's the propylene glycol. Like I think they
I
took
will
that out.
say, I still hate it. 100% hate it. But
I'm not gonna get it.
it's not as bad as the other one, as the regular release.
No,
I still hate it though. But
my
it's not as
body
bad.
accepted that. My body
Oh.
does not accept regular Fireball.
My body's fighting me right now.
His body hates broccoli,
Oh,
and it's taking this shit.
Broccoli
we are
Rob.
beating broccoli Rob.
oh God! Please, that should have died before it ever started.
You thought it died. I brought it back today.
Oh my
Just
god,
like
man!
CERN's bringing back a bunch of shit.
Look, we go off rails a lot.
No,
Wait, can I read the?
I think we really went
wait,
off.
we got to do a little. Actually, do this as like you're doing, interpretive reading, like
dance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Do it.
Read it.
Read it with style.
Send it.
Get into that microphone. Read it with style.
The origin of Fireball Dragon Reserve is as mysterious as the pyramids of ancient Egypt, UFOs,
No.
or the sudden urge to use the bathroom every time you're in a bookstore.
Wait, this is genius.
Untraditionally claw-crafted Fireball Dragon Reserve balances, I can't read, subtle notes of oak, cinnamon, unbridled confidence, cinnamon, the sudden urge to
Cinnamon
throw
again.
a gay, the sudden urge to throw a gay party.
Rob Riggle wrote this shit.
Spicy stuff, euphoria, and more cinnamon.
And more cinnamon.
That is absolutely
That is
genius.
beautiful.
So
That is
what?
genius.
In
So
other words,
what I'm hearing is Dr. J's going to throw a gay party. We're all going to go and hang out and drink Fireball.
yeah,
this is great.
This is a Dr. Scott Thanksgiving party right here.
Heck yeah. That is hilarious. Oh my
What
God.
if like the eclipse happens?
It's a gay turkey party.
And like Tuesday morning, we all wake up.
The
like,
bottle said it. We didn't say shit.
Dicks sound delicious.
Wow.
You ever just wake up on Sunday and at 9 a.m. you're just like, dicks sound great.
Yeah, for the listening audience, I did not ad-lib anything.
No.
That's
literally
what it
literally on the
says.
bottle.
The only thing that would have made that better is to have Scotty D with his deep voice
Oh, he did it
reading
way
that.
better than I would.
I am so sad he missed this one.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Shout out Scotty D.
Scotty D.
He's living his life, man.
Mhm.
That was, whew, he's there.
I love it.
All right, so we are going long. Let's go ahead and
We are,
wrap it
man.
up soon. What
A
else?
couple other things.
A couple of things. I did want to bring up one thing. Alan Bishop,
Yeah.
we love you, man. We're excited to see what your next
Resigning
venture is.
from
He
French
resigned from French Lick. I think he'll be there for another week, and then he's done.
Yeah.
He'll
We're
do
not-
awesome things.
He will do awesome things. I'm hoping. I'm not even going to say what I'm hoping because I want to talk to him before and see what maybe is going on. Maybe we have him on the show and talk about what his next move is.
Yeah, maybe we
but
go meet with him next
excited
week.
about that. Curious to see what's going to happen to French Lick. Justin Whaley's been kind of riding Alan's wing and being taught by Alan all along here. Hopefully he gets a shot. I don't know if he'll get that shot yet or not, but we're waiting to see what happens with French Lick. Lisa and I have already talked. I really need to find a way to get a barrel of that brandy that Alan made before it's all said and done. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but we're going to definitely try maybe one of those tequila barrels.
Oh, man.
So,
Yeah.
good luck, Alan. I hope everything works out great. Hope whatever you're doing, we know you're going to kill it. So,
So
we're
hopefully,
excited.
shout out.
Cheers, Alan.
Cheers, Alan.
Wait, I'm not cheersing him with a freaking fireball. Cheers with an empty glass.
Cheers with this. I'll drink this to you.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to be the Titty Dragon Distillery.
There you go.
Master Distillery.
We'll throw in tens of dollars to be a part of that.
I will throw in $5 of dollars to that.
I'll pay for
got
the
that one.
dragon's fake tits.
Look, if you want to get matching tattoos, brother.
We actually have one designed.
Yeah.
We already have the
It's a titty
concept.
dragon.
Yes. We have
Yes.
the concept.
Yeah, that's it. So the other thing, other than that, is Joseph Magnus, Murray Hill Club.
Yeah.
They've got their new release, 2024.
I haven't seen this.
It's number 4.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Calvados?
Calvados. yeah.
Calvados?
Something like
Is that
that.
what it
Yeah.
is?
Yeah.
Yeah, should be coming out in May. That's good.
Yeah.
If you haven't had
What
the
is
Murray
that?
Hill Club?
What is that again? I think you had notes on that. On what the barrel is they're using for that.
Oh, I don't have the makeup. It was.
Oh, I thought you did.
Well, no. It was
What the-
Calvados cask, cider.
Cider. That's what it was.
Yeah. So that one is a
cider that they distill down into brandy.
Yeah. So it's a lower. It's not. I say lower proof, but lower proof to us is like
80.
Yeah, but lower
Which
proof
is
to everyone
typical.
else is. Yeah. So it's probably going to be like 110, 115 Cavados cast. And that one would be good. The regular, like Murray Hill Club, Joseph Magnus is probably one of the first ones that I ever tried, and that's what hooked me on a lot of their products.
Yeah.
So I don't know where you ended up on a lot of those.
Yeah, I've been more of the cigar batch blends on those. I haven't done a lot of Murray Hill Club tastings on.
I like Murray Hill, but I like the regular silver label better.
Yeah.
You know, it's the Armagnac and sherry cask finish, and it's
Yeah,
really
I think it's
good.
better than some of the experimental ones.
But the cigar batch is definitely the place to go. It's delicious.
I agree.
It's delicious.
Yeah, some of the other ones just didn't seem to go as well.
And Murray Hill's another allocated bottle.
Yeah.
It is,
So it's harder to get, but I would go back to their silver label before both. And we have both of those here. Last year's Murray Hill release too, so you can try them both here.
Yeah.
And then I'd just like to do a quick plug. So I'm part of Club Marzipan with Fred Mennick.
Shout out.
Back in September, we did 4 barrel picks at Hemingway Distillery down in Key West with Hemingway Rye. And the picks have been released, and the club and the pick team has kind of gone through them, but what's left over, Hemingway's going to put online for sale.
I'll get some
And
if I can
highly
get it.
recommend. There's basically barrel 1, barrel 2, barrel 3, and barrel 5. Barrel 4 got sent to New York, barrel
shit.
1, 2, 3, and 5 are available. Barrel 1, barrel 3. Flip a
Barrel 1, barrel
coin,
3.
They're both phenomenal.
My only issue with that is typically the distributors don't release what barrel it is. They just say you want a bottle of this,
But
and
you can
get
go
it.
on Hemingway's website. You can read the tasting notes on all the barrels, and you can order online.
But I can't for here. I'd have
Well,
to
for
order through the
distribution,
distributor.
But
Yeah.
we can work on that possibly.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to get some of that. You pick the barrel you want and make sure I get a case of it, and we'll have it in here. Yeah.
You're talking to
Because you
Indiana
were on
small
that.
batches.
You were on that pick.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I might be Indiana Small Batch's next sales rep. So
There you go.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out me.
Come on, Steve.
Look,
Come
I
on,
haven't done it
Steve.
yet. Let's go, Steve.
Steve is fully aware of your interest, and Steve, I told him. He said, "Bother wants a job." I said, "Yes."
Look, you might see a lot more of me real soon. So
Just
Wait,
by being around, not more of
mean?
him.
do you want to see more of me?
Not right now. Not right now. We
I
got
don't
a
have
full,
enough money for
we
that
got a full.
OnlyFans.
We got a full lounge of people right now. Let's don't do that.
My OnlyFans is real cheap.
That's what they always say.
Dude,
Yeah.
I've said this before. We need to start an OnlyFans page
Only man.
where we're sitting. All we
I'm
do
not-
is
I'm
sit
not gonna be
there.
a part of that. I'm sorry.
All we do is sit down and light up a cigar and drink bourbon and don't say a word.
No. We take
It's
our
just
shirts
Rob.
off.
Yeah, it's just
Shirts
Rob
off.
and Trey
Yeah.
Mac with
Yeah.
no
It's
shirts
just-
on.
No,
lighting
no, no.
cigars.
No,
Final third
That's it.
bears all.
Trey, no.
with Fireball.
We got to go full Caldwell.
Yeah, full Caldwell.
You just got to unbutton his shirt all the way down to your belly button and just sit there like that.
YouTube police. YouTube police. Come on.
I'm in.
All right, I'm sorry. We can't post this episode anymore.
Yeah, we can.
with a PBR and Fireball, baby.
PBR Fireball.
Dude, they mix together really good, actually.
So hey,
I'm sad to hear that.
So
I'm
Rob,
from the country.
so
I know.
you gotta we gotta make sure we tag Fireball, tag Rob
We
Riggle.
will.
Rob, when you listen to this, because we
Yeah.
know Rob Riggle's gonna
Rob
listen to this,
Regal's getting this shit.
we gotta get you on the show to talk about Fireball.
Pow.
Pow.
I guarantee you, Rob.
Pow.
I guarantee you, Rob Riggle's perineum has tickled a couple times after he listened to this. Clip that, send that to him.
All right, so you wanna send us
Finish
off
this up.
with
Look,
your
Send,
next
I'm gonna
best.
send you off. Listen,
I want
Next
to talk
best
about
thing.
this.
Go.
All 4 of us still have the same Fuma Noche.
Oh gosh, yeah.
We have not grabbed another cigar. We
I'm
have
not even
moved
into the
on.
final third yet.
I'm not either.
I'm not
Yeah.
either. It's a great
What,
slow
what are we
start.
pushing? Let me check the
We're
time. We're
an
pushing
hour and
2 hours.
yeah.
We're an hour and 45
but
minutes.
we
into
did
this.
start this about 20 minutes later because
Yeah, and we got 15 minutes on the break.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we got about an hour and a half into this stick, and we are not into the final third yet.
I'm so pumped about Fuma Noche.
The Fuma Noche is where it's at, man.
You know, it translates to
Night smoke.
Night smoke. But,
Smoke night? Night smoke?
Yeah, whatever. This is something that you usually have after dinner at nighttime, partying, having a good time.
Yep.
But here we are today. I can't believe I started my day with this cigar. I don't know what I'm going to do now.
It's only going to go up from here, buddy.
More Fireball.
More
my God.
Fireball. Here. WTF to you, brother.
I'll drink that whole thing.
I'll see if I can find a crazy straw for you to drink it out of.
My hand is so sticky after picking up that bottle.
I know you guys have a bias against Fireball, and so do I, because I grew up hating it.
No. We don't have a bias against Fireball. We have a bias against Dr. J.
That makes sense.
I'm
sense.
kidding. I'm kidding. We love Dr. J.
But no, I'm telling you, this is like Fireball that is probably legal in Europe.
You know what? Give me another.
Because, listen,
everybody,
I don't know if you knew this.
One more
Regular
shot.
Fireball is not legal
One more
in
shot
Europe.
for all of
Look,
us.
Rob is asking for this shit.
One more shot for all
give
of us.
him this pour when he is
Listen,
asking
people.
for it.
Give me some regrets.
Fireball is not legal in Europe.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because it classifies as antifreeze. Google it, people. I'm telling you, when I tell you some crazy shit, Google it. It has to be a different makeup for Europe.
My car is not going to run off this shit. I will tell you
That's
that.
what you think. My dad has lived with like no heat for several years.
We need to get Lisa a Fireball shot. I think she needs one.
Do not drink the rest of that.
Of
We're not
what?
drinking all
We
that.
got half a bottle.
We're all working. We're all working.
We're working now.
We're working now.
Lisa's like, hey, cracking the whip here. I haven't even
Lisa's
told
trying
you guys.
Lisa's trying it.
Come back
Listen,
here.
here we go. Here we
I'm going to
go.
run through this real quick. I haven't even
Yeah.
told you guys that
right.
CERN hired a bunch of Vatican scientists. Okay, why is that important? Why the fuck are they hiring people from the Vatican? I don't know. Other than those scientists are studying quantum gravity. Why? Because they want to study multi-dimensions. Why? I don't know. Are they going to try to open up a portal? I don't know, but it's getting a little fucking weird. You want to go further into the Vatican? Let's go to the Vatican, okay? They have a hall named Hall Nervi, right? Just Google that. Hall Nervi in the Vatican. This is where the Pope sits half the time, okay? Check it out. It is a serpent. The whole hall is a freaking serpent. Eyes and fangs in the middle. Go ahead and
Yes.
Google it, folks. I'm not bullshitting you. This is real, okay? And these are the people searching for God particles and dark energy. Isn't that interesting? NASA, right before I go, let's talk about NASA before we go, because NASA's not going to take it easy. They're not taking
fireballs.
it easy because NASA says, there's a total solar eclipse. What can we do? We're going to fire 3 fucking rockets at the moon. Why? They're firing, and if this is on NASA's website again, not bullshitting you folks, go ahead and Google it.
Oh, dude, the eclipse.
Yeah,
having
with
an
rockets.
explosion right
Yeah,
in the
rockets.
middle, glowing in the middle,
Yes,
dark middle.
yes, no. So NASA is firing 3 rockets at the moon during the solar eclipse in the moon's shadow. Why? Because they want to test what do they call it? Ionosphere disturbances. Okay, but they named their rockets APEP. Okay, APEP. Right? What is APEP? APEP is an Egyptian god. Okay, go ahead and this is more of the occult. It's all coming together. APEP, the Egyptian god of darkness and chaos. What does APEP do? He fights Ra, the sun god, every day as a serpent. We go back to the hall there in the Vatican, the serpent hall. The APEP rockets. APEP is a serpent who fights the sun every day. He's the god of darkness and chaos, but thank God so far Ra has kicked his ass every day. We'll see what happens on Monday if Ra kicks his ass again.
Before you move on,
Yeah.
I believe Justo missed the calling on this cigar. This should have been APEP.
I'm not going to tell you what I wanted to
saying,
call it.
dark smoke, baby. Dark smoke. Dark smoke.
Dark smoke.
After the show's over, I'll tell you what I tried to name it, and they said no.
No. Okay, finish your story. Go ahead.
That's pretty much it. I just wanted you to look into all this. NASA, APEP, Aleister Crowley, CERN, and also what's the statue outside of CERN? Oh, it's Shiva, the goddess of creation and destruction. Why is there a statue of Shiva outside
Goddess
of CERN?
of Fireball.
I don't know. There's Fireball. It gives you life, but it also makes you regret things. It's the same fucking thing.
Fireball does not.
This is where we're at, folks, and all
I
of these
regret
things are
everything.
converging. They're converging on Monday, and guess what? I think there's going to be a lot of occultist rituals. I don't know. You could call that a conspiracy. Let's all conspire and do some weird shit and try to conjure some bullshit. I don't know. I don't think anything's going to happen on Monday. I think it's going to be cloudy. We're not going to see shit. But at the same time, God only knows what they're conjuring.
You know what's going to happen on Monday? I know what's going to happen on Monday. And I have the inside scoop.
Uh-oh.
You're going to have a Fuma Noche and a fucking Barrell Foundation.
Yeah! Yes, that's right.
So come to Final Third, get this shit.
Exactly.
Let's fucking go.
Yes.
Let's pair this together.
Let's close this out with a nice little shot of Fireball. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Well, guys, thanks a lot for listening in on this, crazy episode. We will not have Fireball Dragon's Reserve on the bar here, so please don't ask. Thank you for listening. You can follow me on Instagram at Final Third Cigar.
Trey Mac Travels on Instagram.
Instagram, Cocky Wolverine.
Cocky Wolverine. You can find me at Spencer Lees on Instagram and Facebook, and both are visuals. Let's go.
All right, cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Time to take the shot, baby.
Let's go.
Oh.
It's good shit.
Oh, my God.
Wow.